Carbon Dino football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM. Carbon Dino football, powered by Castle Country Radio on KRPX 95.3 The Peak and online at castlecountryradio.com. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini and Aidan Mortensen.
Welcome to Carbon Dino football here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. Tonight we are on the road. We're at Delta, Utah, where the Delta Rabbits will battle the Carbon Dinos. The Dinos come in 2-5 overall and 0-4 in region play, and they will battle the Rabbits of Delta, who are 0-6 and 0-2 in region play. Delta ranked number 8 in 2A, and the Carbon Dinos ranked number 11 in 3A. Welcome again, everybody, to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Carbon Dino football, as we said, Dinos and a Delta tonight should be a good one. The Dinos playing region games for a while now. Get a little break tonight, and they'll play the Delta Rabbits and then finish the season off with Cedar City the last game. They will play Cedar, and then they will play Manti next week at home. So that's a look at the Carbon Dinos, what they have left. Delta Rabbits and the Carbon Dinos tonight here on the road at 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. So the Dinos coming off a 45-10 loss to North St. Pete at home, dropping to 2-5 and 0-4 in region play. It was a 21-10 game at the half, but the second half, North St. Pete turned it on, and the Hawks caught on fire and pulled away to a 45-10 win over the Carbon Dinos. Joining me tonight in the Sutherland's broadcast booth, Aidan Mortensen once again. And Aidan, welcome to the broadcast again. Hard to believe that we are at game number 8 in the football season.
It's crazy to think that there are only 2 games remaining on this season, Sonny. One non-region tonight against the Delta Rabbits. Then we're back in regions play in the 3A South Division. Got Manti at home, then a road trip down to Cedar City. Two very tough tests to end the season. It's going to be a gauntlet for the Dinos, but this is the time of the year where you want to see your players peaking. You want to see a good performance from this squad out there tonight, and I think the Dinos are going to be the team that can put it together at the right time.
So we'll take a look real quick at the RPI rankings in 3A, and we'll start at the bottom. We'll work our way up like we normally do. Ben Lomond sits number 13, Union number 12 with a 3-4 record. Then Carbon is at 11 with a 2-5 record.
You know, it's a hard bottom half, but you look at the schedules of these teams. Ben Lomond has a gauntlet of a region. Union plays a lot of tough teams in the preseason. Carbon, we've talked about it week after week. This is a hard schedule the Dinos are playing. So those records kind of even out where you'd expect them to with the quality of schedule these teams have been playing.
Ogden sits number 10 with a 4-3 record. Logan is 9, 3-4 record. And then Canview, a team that the Dinos met earlier in the season, is number 8 with a 4-3 record. Number 7, North St. Pete with a 5-2 record. Also, Carbon met them last week. Number 6 is Grantsville with a 4-3 record. Richfield sits number 5 with a 5-2 record. And the Dinos played Richfield on the road earlier in the season. They also played the number 4 team on the road earlier in the season. Juab, who is ranked number 4 with a 6-1 record. Manti, number 3 with a 4-3 record, a team that the Dinos play next week. Then Morgan sits number 2 with a 6-1 record. And then Cedar sits number 1 with a 7-0 record, a team that the Dinos will finish the regular season out. So as you can see, it doesn't get any easier for the Dinos, as their next 2 games after tonight will be against the number 3 and number 1 team.
That it doesn't, Sonny. And you look at the quality of teams that the Dinos are playing, and a lot of these teams would be in contention in the 4A classification, some even in the running in the 5. This is a tough division because you get that rural grit, and we're going to see a lot of that on display tonight, Sonny, with the Delta Rabbits, a team who embodies that mindset.
So let's take a look at the Delta Rabbits. Head coach Denton Peterson in his second year. The offense inverted wishbone option. Their defense 4-3-2.
So a pretty standard defensive look, but not a lot of teams run the wishbone anymore, let alone the inverted wishbone. Kind of more of that option style play like you alluded to. That's where you're going to it's an offense where it's often joked that you don't want to be a wide receiver in it because you're going to be running the ball quite a bit, not as much passing, and that's kind of been the case for Delta throughout this year.
Junior quarterback number 5, Bodie Schurtz, will be the quarterback. 816 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and he's ran the ball for 174 yards.
So he's a real dual threat, but the area where he has struggled throughout the year is turnovers. 10 interceptions to 2 touchdowns isn't a ratio you necessarily want to be seeing from your starting quarterback, but he makes up for it on the ground, being able to rush for those 174 yards.
Sophomore running back number 15, Dason Menhard, 149 rushing yards and 1 touchdown.
And he's filled in a major way for the body of Jet Rollinson. Hasn't played since week 4 against Summit Academy, but up to that point, Sonny, he was having a stellar season, 110 rushing yards per game with 2 rushing touchdowns. So he's a player. If the Rabbits can get him back in time for postseason play, they're going to be a real team to put others on upset alert.
Junior wide receiver wearing number 25, Corver Pace, with 357 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
And we joked moments ago about how no one wants to be a wide receiver in a wishbone office. Well, Corver Pace is the exception to that rule. Leads the team in receiving yards with 357. Also leads the team in receiving touchdowns with 2. Tied for total all-purpose touchdowns.
Senior defensive tackle wearing number 50, Drake Quackenbush. 5 sacks, 29 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery.
And an area where the Dinos have struggled at times has been interior protection. So if Quackenbush can get in, he can wreak havoc on Dunn, the quarterback. He's a nightmare to try and block. He's big-bodied. We were looking at him warming up earlier today, Sonny. He is just big, and he is ready to hit.
As we said, Delta 0-6, ranked number 8 in the RPI rankings in the 2A. It's senior night here at Delta High School, so they're going to be doing some senior things, so we might get a little bit of a late kickoff tonight, so just bear with us. We'll take a look at the Carbon Dinos. Head coach Nick Milovich, first year, 2-5 record overall, 0-4 in region play, ranked number 11 in RPI rankings. Their offense, shotgun wing T, they have 4 returning starters.
Yeah, that wing T offense has proved very beneficial to the Dinos, especially in terms of having a dual threat offensive attack. They can run and they can pass. Last season, we saw a lot more of an offensive game plan, and that led to some great receiving numbers, but at times it felt like they became one-dimensional. The offense of Coach Milovich hasn't done that so far this season. They've been able to keep teams guessing what's coming their way next.
Defense for the Dinos, multiple, but their primary thing is a 4-2-5 with 5 returning starters.
Yeah, and we see a lot of experience on that defensive side. And the thing is, Sonny, that experience is still very young. You see a lot of juniors on this roster who are stepping up in major ways for Carbon. This is a young team with a lot of room to grow, but they've shown flashes of what they can become.
So take a look at some key players tonight for the Carbon Dinos. Senior tight end number 87, Maddox Wilson. He has 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 1 rushing, 195 receiving yards. He has 3 sacks and 17 tackles. He does a little bit of everything for the Carbon Dinos.
That he does, Sonny. And it felt like last week against North St. Pete, he reminded 3A who he was, adding 2 sacks to his total, nearly doubling his tackle total. The problem that they run into on offense, Sonny, it's not a lack of effort. It's the fact that he's triple teamed every time he goes out for a pass.
And the quarterback, junior number 15, Caden Dunn, 7 pass touchdowns and 593 passing yards. He has 10 interceptions. Last week, he really did a good job staying in the pocket. He took some hits, but he took the hit and he got the ball away.
Now, that's been a major improvement for Dunn throughout the season. At the start of the year, you saw him taking maybe a little too far of a drop back as he stepped into this role on short notice. But he's really kind of come into his own as of late and started developing his run game as well, becoming a real dual threat for the Dinos.
Senior linebacker number 24, Jordan Nichols. He also plays offense. 53 tackles, 2 pass deflections, 1 rushing touchdown, and 2 kick returns for touchdowns so far this season. And we've noticed since those 2 kick returns that they kick the ball away from him. He doesn't touch the ball much on kick returns.
And Sonny, the thing about kicking away from Nichols is now that Tager Timothy, the senior running back, is back in the lineup. That's another threat. He's averaging 31.6 yards a kick return. That's incredible. And Timothy, we talked about Maddox Wilson being a utility player in terms of he can do it all. Timothy is just the same way. 127 rushing yards, a rush touchdown, 90 receiving yards with 3 receiving touchdowns. But he adds a few more points when it comes to the kick game. He's 11 of 12 on extra extra points this season and 2 of 2 on field goals. 5 more field goals, Sonny. He ties the school record.
Junior linebacker number 30, Daxton Maurer. Listen to this, 74 tackles.
That kid is a heat-seeking missile out there, Sonny. 5 of them coming for a loss as well. If I was a player on the field, I would be scared to see Maurer coming my way.
And we got the senior wearing number 6, the cornerback, Caleb Sorensen. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, 17 tackles. He's been playing very well. He also plays on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, and that's the case with a lot of these players, Sonny, as they go both ways, and that creates a lot of havoc for teams. But at the same time, it's kind of what's expected when you play at a smaller school like Carbon. I've really liked what I've seen from the Dinos secondary this year, and they've been near lockdown minus a few home run plays.
Junior running back number 28, Taker Timothy, 127 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 90 reception yards, 3 receptions for touchdowns, and he averaging 31.6 yards per game.
And Sonny, it's a stacked offense for the Dinos. The problem that they have is that they stall out when it matters most. They can move the ball efficiently 30-30, but as soon as you get in that red zone, then the field shortens. That's when we've seen the Dinos struggle. Now, they broke out of it a bit last week. They were able to find a little more success in that department, but they need to build a sustained culture of excellence when it comes to red zone execution. I know that's something Coach Milovich has put an emphasis on as of late.
Talked a little bit about it in the introduction before you joined me tonight. The Dinos down 21-10 at halftime, played a really good first half of football. Things went a little awry in the second half.
Yeah, North Sanpete created their opportunities. They had the ball to open up the second half, and they weren't able to do anything with it, but they forced a fumble on their own side of the field, able to convert on that. They force a quick 4-and-out, and then they get another fumble, this time on the 1-yard line, able to capitalize on those 3 consecutive opportunities to build themselves a massive lead.
So it's really important tonight for the Carbon Dinos on the offensive side of the ball. We say this a lot. Of course, you want to limit the turnovers. Always want to limit turnovers, but they have to get yardage on first down. They can't be behind the chains. They got to get 3 yards, 4 yards on first down.
And you and I were talking on the way up here, Sonny, that the team that turns the ball over the least today is more than likely going to be the team that comes away with the victory, and I couldn't agree more with that sentiment. The team that can take care of the ball, I think, is the one who's going to be able to find the most sustained success, because both of these teams can run the ball, and when you run the ball, you run the clock, limiting the other team's opportunities. So you need to make every opportunity matter.
Last time these two teams met, September 28, 2012, when the Dinos traveled here to Delta, and the Rapids came away with a 37-0 win. That was a while ago.
That it was, Sonny. That same season, Delta would lose in the first round of the 3A playoffs, 35-0 to Hurricane, a team which is now in the 4A classification, while the Dinos would fail to make the playoffs. Now, a fun fact about this 2012 team, leading the offense is current girls basketball head coach at Carbon High, Jordan Blank. It was also the same season he set the program records for receiving touchdowns and receiving yards. So it's cool to see alumni returning back to the school and picking up in the world of academics like Coach Blank has.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the interview Jordan did with the head coach of the Carbon Dinos, Nick Milovich. When we return here at the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, it's Carbon Dino football on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
To preview tomorrow night's contest, we have Carbon football coach Nick Milovich with us right now over the phone. And, Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. Thank you.
Yep, and thank you so much for having me. And those of you who are listening, again, these guys offer such a great service, and being able to showcase our kids. So, again, make sure you say thanks to everyone, and because there's not a lot of places that do what these guys do. So thank you, Jordan, for everything.
Well, thank you for always taking out the time to join us. I know you always find a spot for us each week, being the busy guy that you are. And, Coach, this is kind of crunch time. I know these final 3 weeks of the season, it's huge in terms of development. Before we even start talking about Friday's game or what lies ahead once we get past this week, I do want to talk about what we saw last Friday in terms, again, of development, because against a very good North St. Pete team, it's 21-10 at halftime.
Absolutely, and just taking away technicalities, which we'll take as a staff, and being prepared them. We can't gripe, and what happened with the punt. But I mean, you take that touchdown away, and we were even with the touchdown, we were in an awesome spot to respond, and unfortunately, it just didn't pan out. But I was really thankful for the drive that our kids had, and like you said, the development that's taking from week to week with maybe people just don't know, a pretty young Carbon High football team. So I've been really happy with what we've been seeing.
Pretty young team and not a ton of depth. That's kind of what you have had to deal with. And I know as we get into week 8, everyone throughout the state is kind of dealing with injuries, which it does affect your depth. I mean, if you're a 3A school, if you're a 2A, 1A, I mean, there's not a ton of depth. And so, Coach, without going into the logistics of it, from an injury perspective, are you as healthy as you could possibly be at this particular time of the year? Or is this something that you guys are dealing with day in and day out as we get into the latter part of the regular season?
We're getting a little healthier. It seems like we take 2 steps forward and then a step back, just with injuries and things like that. And so we're happy that Caleb Sorensen's getting back without a cast on, and so we'll look for him on the offensive angle. We're down a little bit in the running back department, but we'll make a few adjustments for that. But for the most part, we are getting there. A couple of nicks and bruises along the way that take kids out of practices for a day or two, but we just got to adjust and the next man up mentality. And luckily, we have a group of kids that embrace that and are ready for that, and so we're excited to throw them in there. And I'm pretty sure that the kids and the parents are excited to see their young athletes go out and perform. So we're excited.
I've always had the mindset, Coach, that it really doesn't matter what the score is when you get a live game rep, right? Because throughout the summer, you spend so much time beating up on one another that you can't really replicate a live action type of rep. And you guys definitely had that opportunity against North St. Pete. I know deeper into the game, we got to see a couple of the backups step in. And when you get to that point, what are you as a head coach evaluating when you're seeing some of these younger kids get some varsity time?
To see if they can handle the moment is the big thing. See if we can rely on them again when things get tough, especially at the quarterback position. Just working through progressions and seeing if the Friday Night Lights is a little bit too big for them, but or any position for that matter. So it's all just looking about execution, and then just seeing if they've been listening throughout practice. So in maybe future games that we can call their number and have them get ready to go.
What was the one big positive, Coach, from Friday's game? I mean, taking the final score out of the equation, which was 45-10 for those who didn't know, but again, 21-10 at halftime. What was the big positive that you took away from Friday's game that you tried to reinforce with your team this week?
Defensively, that we took care of the run. I thought that was awesome, and that was a huge emphasis. We actually scored in the red zone, and so it took a minute, and that was a huge weight off our shoulders, because that was something that we've just been preaching. Kids, once we get to the 20, you can score, and we finally did, and it just seemed like just for a minute there, it was just a big breath by everyone. It's like, okay, now hopefully you guys can understand that, and then so I was really, really proud of that. And now I think the focus is just putting a complete game together for the full 48 minutes that is on that clock, that we need to show up from start to finish and put it all together now.
Again, Coach Nick Milovich of the Carbon Dino football team joining us right now. Coach, let's talk about the opponent tomorrow, Delta. It's a team that has struggled. I think there's some talent on this team, and I know the injury bug has really played a factor in where Delta is at this particular time, but I'm going to go back to last week's game against South Severe, who is the number one team right now in the 2A classification. Delta proved that they can score, and they can score fast. They have big play capability, and I'm not sure if that's what your biggest takeaway was in that game, but it is one of the things that I noticed. They do have some dynamicism to this offense.
Absolutely. That wishbone's deadly if you let it be. And so they're really good at option. And so we have got to be able, and a fantastic athlete at quarterback. That number 4 can get up and run. He makes great decisions when pitching and things like that. And so anytime you're dealing with an option team, we've really, really, really got to be disciplined on staying in lanes and being able to pass off pitch man to quarterback, to seeing if he'll take it and things like that. And they're a heavy motion team in that under center, and so we've got to be accountable for who's coming out of the backfield and things like that, because they can dink and dunk and pick you apart. And so and they still have some dynamic runners that we definitely have to be accountable for.
I know you always want to make a team one-dimensional, right? But as you were just alluding to a moment ago, out of the wishbone with the amount of motion that they run, that is difficult to do. More difficult than it appears, right? I mean, you have to play sound assignment football, and that gets difficult over the course of a 48-minute game.
Absolutely, and even if you take a play off, I mean, that's where the big plays happen. And so it has got to be dedicated and determined and hyper-focused this week, just because of the amount of options that they can. I mean, you've got midline right up the middle, and then he can give that dive, or he can go out to that traditional option. Quarterbacks can then keep and or pitch. So, I mean, there's at least 4 or 5 different options that these kids can do. And so as a Carbon football team, we've got to be on point, and we've definitely taken a little bit more interest in film this week, just because it's a little bit of a different offensive scheme that we're used to.
One of the things that stands out to me, Coach, is really, I mean, over the last 3 weeks, they have played a brutal schedule. Summit Academy, San Juan, South Severe. These are some big, heavy hitters in the classification, in their classification. But if we go back to North St. Pete, this was at the end of August, and maybe North St. Pete looks completely different today than they did at that particular time. But is that a game of note for you, knowing that it's a common opponent? Is that something that you went back and looked at?
Yes, absolutely. And I tip my hat off to Coach Peck and Coach Bird and the rest of the staff out at North Sanpete, because we, for lack of a better word, really handled them at camp, and that was definitely a different North Sanpete team. And so, and I think that was good for our boys to experience, just that there are different dynamics of what you see in the summer, and it hopefully opened their eyes that we're not the only ones that are in the weight room. We're not the only ones that are practicing. We are not only the ones that are trying to improve, and so it puts that much an emphasis on our development, and we can't be satisfied with what we've done previously or in the summer a few months earlier. We've got to continue to work harder to be better, because others are going to do the same. We got to be ready for that.
Coach, we kind of talked about some of the basics of what it's going to take to get a win, but it is a lengthy road trip, and I think at this stage in the season, you got a bigger sample size, right? Have you noticed a difference in the way your team plays at home or on the road?
A little bit. I mean, when the most that we've traveled is about 2 2-hour road trip. So there's a little bit longer of a lull heading out to Delta and Fillmore in that area, and so we've got to be able to not, again, just stay in that road trip mentality of just messing around. We need to be focused on the way up, remember why we're going, and then get off the bus as quick as possible and then get locked in. But it seems like there's always that added pressure when you're at home in front of your friends and family and things like that. And so I'm okay with us being on the road this week, just to kind of clear our heads a little bit and not be in front of the home crowd and things like that. And so hopefully that gives us an added measure of focus of why we're going there and what we hope to accomplish.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on the show. It's always fun to talk about the team. I definitely appreciate the time, and hopefully next week we're talking about a victory.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jordan.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play, and you can listen to us here on 95.3 The Peak and explain how they could watch us. There are a lot of different ways to listen and watch Carbon Dino sports on Castle Country Radio and the family networks.
Yeah, you really have no excuse not to watch Dino football, Sonny. You can listen right here on 95.3 The Peak, as well as our YouTube viewing audience over on Castle Country Radio Carbon. And Sonny, if you're hankering to watch it on your TV on an app not called YouTube, you can download the KSL Sports app, and you'll have full access to the Dinos there as well, Sonny. All this powered by Castle Country Radio.
McCray Wade and Drake Norman back to receive the kick for the Delta Rabbits. We're ready for the start of tonight's game. Eli Chili will kick the ball away for the Carbon Dinos. This is the place you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports right here, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a night of high school football. Sonny Buscarini and Aiden Mortensen with you as always. We're here all the time, aren't we?
That we are, Sonny. It's nice having a consistent booth with us. I like spending time with you. As much as I say I don't on the car rides up, I really do enjoy my time spent around you and our cameraman, Dave. Shout out to Dave, by the way, braving the cold out front for us today.
Does a great job for us. We're ready for the kick, and we are underway. Nice kick by Chile. Will carry down to the 5-yard line. Picked up there to the 10, 15, 20. This is Wade across the 25, 30, 35-yard line. Nice return and good field position for Delta. They will start on their own 35-yard line, and we are underway. And tonight, what do we need to see early on by the Carbon Dino defense to keep them in this game?
Well, Sonny, they need to stop the run first and foremost. That's where Delta's going to do a bulk of their damage is in that run game. If they can wrap up and go with that gang tackling mentality we've seen time and time again throughout the season, I think they can really come out and out physical the Rabbits.
Bodie Schertz, the quarterback, the junior, 6'1", 160 pounds. Under center, man in motion comes towards us. Handoff up the middle between the hash marks. Nice pickup of 3 on the play by the running back, Rollinson.
Yeah, Rollinson making his return to the field for the first time since week 4, Sonny. It's been a bit of an extended break due to injury, but the Delta Rabbits are going to be sure glad to see him back on the field again, Sonny. Up until his injury, averaging 110 rushing yards a game. So he is a real player for the Rabbits.
Gain of about 3.5 yards. We'll call it second down and a long 6 for Delta. Once again under center. Handoff goes up the middle once again. Some running room across the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. This is Hunt down to the Carbon 20, and he's down to the 15-yard line. Packer makes the stop, and not before a huge gain for the Delta Rabbits. Move the chains and a first down.
And you got to give a lot of credit to the big men up front, Sonny. Those Hogs driving the way, opening up a hole big enough to drive a Mack truck through, leads to the big run by Hunt, setting the Delta Rabbits up in the red zone at the 14-yard line.
Schertz runs to the sideline, gets the play, now goes to the huddle. They'll break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. He goes under center quickly. Handoff. Second man through, this time over the right side to the 10-5. Touchdown for Jet Rollinson. And that was easy for the Delta Rabbits. They go 65 yards in 4 plays, and it's 6-0.
And Rollinson's third rushing touchdown of the season, Sonny. He's welcoming himself back to the field in style just in time for senior night here at Delta Field. Just a great for opening drive for the Rabbits. Carbon going to need to respond quickly because if Delta's going to be able to run the ball that effectively, we may be in for a long night.
So for the extra point coming on to attempt it is Jason Johnson. Schertz will hold.
Love a little JJ action in the name.
Snapping the set down. The kick is up. The kick is good.
And Sonny flying through the line, Alan Bueno almost blocking that extra point. He had his mitts up in the air ready to bat it back down to earth, but unfortunately no such luck for Carbon as Delta claims an early 7-0 lead with 10:54 left to go here in quarter number 1.
So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the Dinos get the ball for the first time.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Quick score for the Delta Rapids. They go 65 yards quickly, and they take a 7-0 lead. Johnson will kick the ball away. He just kicked the extra point for Delta, and back to receive the kick for the Dinos is Timothy and O'Haran. So an impressive first drive on the ground for Delta. They quickly take a 7-0 lead. Let's see if the Dinos can answer back. There's the kick by Johnson. Good kick. Fielded by O'Haran at the 10. He drops it. Picks it up back at the 5. Gets back to the 10. Tries to get around the corner. Is not going to do it. Brought down at the 12. And a 1st and 10 for the Carbon Dinos. Not good field position to start their first offensive possession of the game, down 7-0.
No, that was an excellent special teams possession by the Rabbits. They all swarm around the return man, bring him down with ease at about the 14-yard line. That was just a great effort all around. Special teams is often a chance for coaches to get some of these younger kids into the game, and they made the most of it on that play.
First down 10 for the Carbon Dinos. Dunn, the quarterback. O'Haran stands to his right. Maurer goes in motion to the right side, now trips to the right side. Dinos go right to left on your radio dial. Snap, Caden. Hands the ball off. It's O'Haron. A little bit of running room across to the 15-yard line, then knocked back. Actually, it was Wilson in the backfield, so a gain of 3. So a little bit different there for the Dinos, running Wilson out of the backfield.
Well, Sonny, you could see the wrestling prowess of the Delta Rabbits come to life on that one. About 3 double-leg takedowns being shot all at once as they bring Wilson to the ground for a gain of about 1. That's the thing about Maddox, though. He does not go down easily. You rarely see him tackled for a loss. He's at least going to pick up 1 to 2.
Second down, Wilson in the backfield once again. 2 receivers both sides for the Dinos. Shotgun formation for Dunn, wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Down the right sidelines. Has a man just overthrew it. Crespin off his fingertips at the 50-yard line. Falls to the ground, incomplete. 3rd and 8.
So close, but no cigars, Sonny. And in a game like football, close just doesn't cut it. Off the fingertips of Crespin, it goes harmlessly into the ground. Delta dodging a bullet with that drop.
Dunn had time to throw the ball. He stepped up in the pocket. The single coverage down the right sidelines, but just off the fingertips. So it's 3rd down. We'll call it a long 8, short 9 for the Carbon Dinos, down 7-0. 10:05 left to play first quarter.
And good field position here for Delta could be disastrous for the Dinos. Need to find a way to convert.
Spread offense, trips to the right side. Left side has 2. Over the middle of the pass to Maddox Wilson. And a flag comes in late. I was waiting for the flag. And that's going to be interference on Delta. It took a while for the flag to come in, but that's a good call.
And I forgot it was Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Sonny, so that flag will be pink throughout the month of October to help honor those who are currently fighting or have lost their fight to breast cancer. A beautiful gesture by the officials in the UHSAA, but that was a bit of a delayed flag. I agree. Wilson absorbing a lot of contact as he goes up for the pass, but sometimes you're going to take a little hurt in order for the betterment of the team, and they advance to the 30 with a fresh set of downs because of it.
So the penalty gives the Dinos a fresh set, as you said. 1st down and 10. The ball sitting on the 30-yard line. 10 minutes exactly left to play first quarter here at Delta High School, if you're just joining us. Carbon and Delta, non-region game tonight. Quick pitch goes to the right side. This is Wilson. He has blockers. Gets across the 35 up to about the 37. Knocked out of bounds. Pickup of 7 on the play. Maybe 8 for the Dinos. 2nd down.
Now, it is interesting to see Wilson line up in that backfield. Typically, we see him line up in a more traditional slot to tight end position. So I like the move by Coach Milovich. They need to establish the run. I can't think of a stronger running back they have than Maddox Wilson. The only problem with that is he's normally playing tight end, but being able to make a major impact already in the backfield.
Steps out of bounds for a gain of 5. So trips come to the left side. Dunn's going to keep it. He'll come to the left side. He has a runner. Does he get to the corner? He does. 44-yard line, and then brought down. Move the chains on a 1st down. Coming up to make the stop for Delta, Bronco Bundy, but not before the chains will move for the Dinos. And a nice run by Caden Dunn, the quarterback.
And that's something we talked about pregame, so he's really coming into his own, especially when it comes to navigating the pocket. He doesn't drop back nearly as far as he did at season start now. Able to clearly navigate the pocket, step back, step up, find the running lane. Out for a 1st down he goes.
1st down, 10 for the Dinos. 9:47 left to play here in the first quarter. Delta took the opening kickoff right down the field. They lead 7-0. Dinos trying to answer back. Shotgun formation for Dunn. 2 receivers come to the near side. They go right to left. Handoff goes to Wilson. Over the middle to the 50. Runs over people. 45 down to the 42-yard line and a pickup of 12 and move the chains. And Maddox Wilson ran over 3 defenders like they weren't even there. And a 1st down for the Dinos, and they move the chains.
I always wondered what it was going to be like to watch a Derrick Henry-esque run in person, and Maddox Wilson just gave us that, like you mentioned, bulldozing 3 defenders en route to a 1st down. The Dinos nearly face a 3-and-out to start the drive, but since then, and the pass interference call, they've been on fire.
Dinos going right to left, blue pants, white jerseys, white helmets, blue numbers. Near hash mark for the Dinos. Shotgun formation. Crespin comes in motion towards us. Now he'll go to the right side. Dunn will keep it across the 40 to the 35, down to the 34, and a nice pickup on the play. Rawlinson comes up to make the stop, but not before a 7-yard gain. We're going to make it 8 for Dunn, 2nd and 2.
And Sonny, you got to give a lot of credit to the big uglies up front. Andy Kiefer, Ben Stewart, Will Hinckley, J.J. Rudin, and Cole Hinckley are opening up these lanes for the backs and Dunn. They're doing a great job making their reads, but it all starts up front with the big linemen. I played line, so it's a hard job. The old saying goes, the only time the line gets noticed is when it's not working. It's like the AC in that regard, but tonight, Sonny, they are working full force.
Shotgun formation. Dunn gives the ball off to Wilson again. between the hash marks once again to the 30. It's going to be enough for a first down to move the chains, and that's first down number 4 on this drive for the Carbon Dinos. First and 10 on the Delta 30 with 8:22 left to play first quarter and a 7-0 Rabbit lead.
And not every play is going to be the big 15-yard gain as much as you want it to be, but the Dinos are doing a good job just moving forward, and that is a major thing for us. They're able to keep on pushing, getting that first down, continuing the drive, ticking that clock down.
Trips to the right side. They're getting positive yardage on first down. Shotgun formation for Dunn. Wilson stands to his right. Man in motion as Crespin comes from right to left. Fake to him. Pitch outside to Wilson. Wilson across the 30 to the 28-yard line. Pick up a 2. Second down and 8. Maddox is working hard here in this first set of downs.
That he is, Sonny, but you love to see him get involved in a space where he's not immediately triple teamed. He's taken advantage of this opportunity to line up in the back slot, and it's paying dividends for the Dinos.
Second down and 9. Pickup of 1. Looked like he got to the 28. Mark him at the 29. So a gain of 1. Second down, 9 for the Dinos. Tight formation for the Dinos. Here's a reverse from Wilson to Timothy to the 30. Gets to the corner to the 25 and then knocked out of bounds. Nice pickup on the play of about 3 yards. Going to make it third down and manageable. Aiden, third down and 5 for the Dinos.
And what I like most about that run, Sonny, Dunn, not going to let his teammates hang out to dry. He immediately goes for a hook block, succeeds in getting it, and buys Timothy a little more room to get that gain. Without that key block by Dunn, that play's going nowhere, getting blown up in the backfield. So the quarterback doing an excellent job filling in a blocking spot.
Block stop because he went out of bounds with 7:09 left to play first quarter. Dinos moving the football. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Dinos. Shotgun for Dunn. Trips come to the left side, 2 to the far side. Dunn wants to throw in the pocket. Looks, throws over the middle to Wilson, incomplete. Knocked away that time by Bronx Hunt. Good defensive play by the Rabbits, and it'll be 4th down and 4. Let's see what the Dinos do here.
And Hunt did a good job sticking with Wilson, but without getting too physical and without grabbing. Yep. That was the difference maker that made it so that was an incomplete pass and not a pass interference. A great job by the junior.
So we got 4th down and 4 for the Dinos. Ball sitting on the Delta Rabbit 24-yard line. Dunn goes to the sidelines, gets the play call. Now comes the huddle. 7:05 left to play. Breaks the huddle and comes to the line of scrimmage. Ball sits on the near hash mark. 2 receivers to the short side, 2 to the far side. Wilson stands on the right of Dunn. Dunn wants to throw. In the pocket. Has Wilson incomplete. Had Wilson right at the first down marker, but he was double teamed. The ball knocks away, falls to the ground, and it'll be a turnover on downs to Delta. So a nice drive for the Dinos. Stalls at the 24-yard line of Delta.
Not only good defense on Wilson, but a great job by Caden Colsey, the senior linebacker, coming off the edge and hitting Dunn right as he goes to throw, having a bit of an interference on that toss. So the Delta Rabbits bend, but don't break.
And their shotgun 1st and 10 for the Rabbits. Ball on the 24. Fake to the first man through. Second man finds running room across the 30. Close to a first down. They're going to give it to him, I believe. The running back that time is Jet Rawlinson, the senior. I'm sure he picks up the first down. As you said, he hasn't played for a while. He's hungry, I'm sure.
That he is, Sonny. He wants to put on a show in front of his home fans here on senior night, and he's doing just that so far. Several key runs as well as the touchdown to put the Rabbits up.
Handoff. Up the middle once again. A little bit of running room. Pickup of 3. This time it's the quarterback keeping it. Shirts. Can't fake me out there.
He did to me too, Sonny, but Kiefer was not fooled one
he wasn't.
Brings down the quarterback. Kiefer, an early season defensive monster. Teams quickly started keying off him on the defensive side of things, but now that he is back humming, and so is Wilson, that's a deadly duo on the defensive edge.
Delta running the football, and they're picking up yardage. No reason to put the ball in the air when you can get yardage 4 or 5 yards a pop, Aiden.
Yeah, no, and there's only one good outcome with a pass, Sonny, and that's a completion. Everything else is moot.
Wants to throw this time. Has a man open down the left side. Just overthrew his intended receiver, Jason Johnson. He was there. at the Carbon 35-yard line, but it falls to the ground incomplete.
And he was
make it 3rd and 7.
And he was there, Sonny, but I think the receiving coach for Delta going to be a little upset. He only reaches up with one hand, doesn't even try to get the second up. Had his man beat. Had he got that second up, I think we could have been looking at a much different play, but the highlight reel catch, no good, as Delta now faces a 3rd and 7.
Big play for the Dino defense with 5:44 left to play in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Shotgun formation for Schertz. Man in motion comes towards us. That's Hunt. Here's the quick pitch to the right side. Does he get to the corner? He does. First down, 50. Down the sidelines, 45-yard lines goes Jet Rawlinson. Enough for a first down and move the chains. Knocked out of bounds by Crespin, but not before he picks up the first down.
And Bronx Hunt not receiving the initial carry. Does an excellent job sealing the edge for Rawlinson as he scampers for the first down and then some. Back into Dino territory they go, Sonny. Starting to get closer and closer to that promised land yet again.
1st and 10 on the Carbon side of the field now. Under center. Handoff goes. Second man through. Nothing that time. Nice defensive play by the Dinos. Coming up to make that play, J.J. Rudin. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Big J.J. flies in there like nothing. The Dinos, when they are playing assignment football on this option, have found great success in stopping it. It's the moments where you see a lapse in it where bad turns to worse for Carbon. They need to stick to those assignments, and good things are going to happen, as was the case with Rudin on that play, swallowing up the back.
Yeah, I mean, they are running that inverted wishbone option, and you have to be very, very, very disciplined on the defensive side of the ball, and they were again. The Dinos were not full on the handoff. The quarterback keeper by Schertz, and he has dropped back at the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10, loss of a yard.
And Sonny, Maddox Wilson getting involved on the action on that one alongside a man we talked about in the pregame show in Daxton Maurer, both teaming up for a brutal hit on the back.
3rd down, 10 for the Rabbits. 4:36 left to play, first quarter, 7-0. Rabbits with the lead in the ball. On the Dinos side of the field, under center once again. Handoff goes the first man through. He has running room. 30, 25, first down to the 23-yard line goes Hunt. And Bronx Hunt will move the chains once again. So the Dinos do good on the first 2 plays, but on 3rd down, once again, a big running play for the Rabbits, move the chains.
And what Delta does so well on these runs, Sonny, is that they are able to move consistently north on the field. You never see them go either too far left, too far right, or backwards. They are always moving forward. They more shift to the left or the right. They don't take complete turns. Always moving upfield are the Rabbits.
Shotgun formation this time for Schertz. He'll hand it off. Up the middle, it's Rawlinson, and he'll get nothing on that play. Might have lost a yard even. Nice play by Maurer coming up to make the stop.
And Sonny, it's plays like that make you see why Maurer finds himself with now 76 tackles on the season. It's not going to be surprising to see him hit triple digits by the end of the year. I think definitely deserving of an all-state mention at the minimum.
Playing that linebacker position, he's very good at knowing where the ball is.
That
he did on that play as well.
He tracks it extremely well, and he's not fooled by the motion.
2nd down, 10 for the Rabbits. Handoff, fakes to the inside. Now the quick pitch out to the right side of Rawlinson. He'll go around the corner. He gets inside the 15. It will be close to first down, depending on where they mark it. And it will be enough for a first down and move the change for Rawlinson.
And Sonny, we knew Rawlinson was going to be a major weapon for the Rabbits if he were in the game, and that he is absolutely running all over the Dinos. They're searching for an answer, but an answer has yet to come.
2:52 and running, first quarter, 7-0. Delta looking for more. Quickly come to the line of scrimmage. Schertz gives it off once again to Rawlinson. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets down to the 5, still on his feet, fights his way towards the goal line, and he's going to be just shy as it gets to the 1. Breaking tackles and keeping those legs moving, and a good run by Rawlinson. It's 2nd down. It'll actually be 1st and goal.
And a shoelace wrap by Crespin saves the touchdown for the Dinos, but a sticky situation. First and I'd say about 2 is what the Rabbits are looking at as they look to enter into the promised land yet again to build an early 14-0 lead, Sonny. Neither team really opting to pass today, so that clock continues to run 2:20 and counting.
Schertz underneath center once again. Gives it off to Rawlinson again, and he'll walk in for the touchdown.
Second touchdown, first quarter for Rawlinson. His fourth on the season. Sonny, he has been a nightmare for the Dinos to try and stop. They need to find some way. Maybe you take the Wilson approach, put 2-3 defenders on him, you key off what he's doing. But with the Wishbone offense, that's hard because then you have so many other options they can turn to. Rawlinson having his way with Carbon right now.
13-0. Coming on to kick the extra point, Jason Johnson. Quarterback Shirts will hold, trying to make it 14-0. Two good drives by Delta. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. 2:13 left in the first quarter, and the Delta Rabbits have taken two drives down the field with a running success, and they take a 14-0 lead.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. And Delta has had two good offensive drives, just running the ball, showing patience. 5 yards here, 10 yards here, 6 yards here, and just like that's 14-0.
And like Coach Milovich alluded to in his interview with Jordan, a lot of motion happens in that inverted wishbone. A lot of deception going on, and the Delta Rabbits have taken full advantage of that.
Johnson's kick is deep. O'Haron at the 10 to the 15. Goes to the right side, breaks a tackle, gets across the 20, and is brought down at the 22-yard line. First down and 10. From there is where the Dinos will take over.
And we saw the Dinos able to march down the field once they got the things going. So hopefully not going to take 3 downs and a pass interference call to get the chains moving, and they can carry over the momentum they had last drive. Carbon needs an answer in a bad way. Down 14-0 here in the first quarter. Delta in danger of running away with this one if they get the ball back.
First down and 10 for the Dinos. Shotgun formation for Dunn. Maddox Wilson stands on the right side. 2 receivers both sides. Far hash mark. Dinos go right to left. Give it to Maddox Wilson. Hit at the line of scrimmage and pounds forward for a couple. Hard fought yards. It'll be second down. We'll call it a long 8 for the Carbon Dinos.
And Delta's starting to sell out on that interior run. You notice them starting to pack the box, Sonny. That means the Dinos either need to start breaking out a little more outside game, some off-tackle runs, or they need to get the pass game established. If not, Delta can sell out all evening long.
Second down. Shotgun formation once again. Wilson stands on the left side, man in motion. They'll go to the man in motion. He'll follow his blocker. This is Timothy across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Coming up to make the stop once again for Delta. It's Bronx Hunt.
And just like I told you, Sonny, they needed to go off tackle, 7 in the box to open that possession, to open that play. The Dinos take full advantage on the off tackle sweep.
Third down 5 for the Dinos. Minute 6 left to play, first quarter, 14-0. Delta with the lead. Dinos trying to answer. Second offensive possession of the game for the Dinos. They moved it on the first one, but turned it over on downs. On the Delta 24. Dunn wants to throw. Now he quick pitches it outside to Wilson. He's got running room across the 35 of the 40 and a first down for the Dinos. And a pickup of 12 on the play. Over the right side, nice run, move the chains for the Dinos. That's their 5th first down, and they're moving the ball. Once again on their first possession, once they got down inside the 30-yard line, it became trouble for them.
That it did, Sonny. Speed option to the weak side. The Dinos able to take advantage. Dunn, a beautiful read on the pitch. Delivers the throw to Wilson, who sprints for that first down.
2 receivers, both sides, ball on the far hash mark. Dunn will come to the left side, pitch out to Maddox Wilson. Wilson gets across the 40 to the 45 and a pickup of 5 on the play, second down.
And what I like most about these read options, Sonny, you take the lethal force of Drake Quackenbush, the defensive end who we mentioned, 5 sacks on the season, several tackles for a loss. You put him in a tough situation. He's got to break down, try and make a move towards either Dunn or Wilson. Now, if the pitch is right on as it was that time, you're going to get a gain of about 5 each time because one man, it's hard to guard 2 at once.
Same situation for the Dinos. 2 receivers, ball on the near hash mark this time. Wilson stands on the left side of Dunn, who wants to throw. Drop left pass, throws down to Timothy down the right sidelines, incomplete, overthrew his intended receiver. So it's going to be 3rd down and 6 on that incomplete pass.
And Rawlinson had a good pursuit angle on that as well. Had he decided to accelerate, probably could have come up with the interception. Instead, ball falls harmlessly to the ground, and a 3rd and 7 situation, or 3rd and 6, excuse me, for the Dinos. They need to get something going. Cross back into midfield.
Huge play for the Dinos here. 3rd and 6. Ball sits on the 44-yard line near hash mark. Dinos go right to left. 2 receivers go to the far side. Right side, the left side, 2 receivers as well. Whistle. Timeout on the field called by the Carbon Dinos, and we'll take it with them.
You're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play and where you need to be.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care, ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football, 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. Here's a big play for the Carbon Dinos, Aiden. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Dinos, ball sitting on their own 44-yard line. 2 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, trailing 14-0.
I wouldn't say you're necessarily within go-for-it range, Sonny, especially with how effective the Delta offense has been today. You need to get this first down or else you need to bring that punt unit onto the field.
Spread offense for the Dinos. 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left side. There's the snap. Dunn wants to throw. Throws over the middle. Has Wilson caught for the first down across the 45 down to the 42-yard line. Here comes a flag in. We'll see what the flag is, but it'll be a first down for the Dinos, depending on what the penalty is going to be on the flag thrown by the official.
More than likely going to be a helmet-to-helmet call against the Rabbits as Wilson was in the pile of humanity. One Delta Rabbit came along, dropped his helmet just a little too far, hit Wilson with the crown of his head. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that be the call here today. They don't play when it comes to head-to-head hits.
That's what it's called.
And
good eyes there, Aiden.
They will be the end of the first quarter regardless, but field positioning regardless, first down for the Dinos could be a potential 15 yards further.
Yeah, ball's going to be down on the 27-yard line when they mark this 15 yards off.
And they will do just that,
28.
Sonny.
27, there you go, 27-yard line.
Well, Sonny, they went to ref school, not math school. But the Dinos get a lucky break on that as well.
Quarter number 1 is in the books, and the Delta Rabbits have found something on the ground, and the Dinos are trying to match it. Here at the end of 1, it's Delta 14. The Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, the Dinos will continue their drive.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today.
Welcome back. Shotgun formation for the Dinos, and Dunn will keep it over the right side. As we change sides, Dinos going left to right now. Pickup of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The Dinos close to the red zone here
And
moving the football down the field. Both teams finding success on the ground. Not much passing going on. Made it a very quick first quarter.
Now, a good old-fashioned ground-and-pound football game, Sonny, with the wind conditions we're experiencing outside. Definitely the right move. The wind could impact that ball pretty heavily. Looking at gusts of about 12 to 20 miles per hour.
Timothy in motion. He gets it on the jet sweep. Can he get to the corner? He does. Gets across the 25 down to the 20, and a nice pickup on the play of about 6. It's going to be 3rd and short for the Dinos.
And Caleb Sorensen lines up in the slot on that play for the Dinos. He does a fake release and immediately goes for the hook, allowing Timothy to buy that edge and the gain of yardage. The Dinos have done such a good job in not just the offensive line blocking, but those skill positions getting involved as well. We've even seen Dunn get involved in the action, so they're really working as a full team unit on offense.
Ball sits on the far hash mark. 2 receivers come to the near side. Dunn with the shotgun, going to keep it himself, turns it inside, nothing doing this time. Coming up to make the stop, number 54.
56,
Anderson.
The junior defensive tackle, Sonny. He flew in there and he made a good read on Dunn. Dunn tried to catch him with a little bit of a hesitation move and a cutback, but read beautifully by Anderson.
So 4th down, we'll call it 4.
And they're going to continue to march downfield, Sonny, but a very crucial point for the Dinos. They stalled at this almost exact point last drive, and in return, Delta took the turnover on downs and drove it completely the other way. The Dinos looking to flip the script on this possession.
4th down 4. We have a whistle, timeout Carbon. They want to talk it over here on this 4th and 4. This is an important play for the Carbon Dinos.
No, this is pretty crucial, Sonny. It feels like this is the difference between making this a one-possession game at 14-7 or giving Delta the ball back with a chance to make it a 3-score affair in the second quarter. They've done an excellent job so far in keeping the Rabbits guessing what they're going to do. Last 4th down conversion, we saw the beautiful slant pass to Maddox Wilson for the conversion and then 15 yards with the personal foul. They're looking to replicate some of that magic, but Delta utilizing this timeout as well to prepare what they need to be doing on this play. It's going to be a chess match out there, Sonny.
Field goal attempt would be about a 42-yarder, but the way Delta's moving the ball right now, you almost feel like you have to match them, don't you?
No, absolutely, Sonny. We're a big proponent of take the points when they're available, but in this case, it feels like it's now or never to get on the board.
Shotgun formation. Dunn wants to throw. Throws out in the flat. It's intercepted at the 20-yard line. Stepping in front of the play to make the catch for Delta.
Jet Rawlinson again, Sonny.
He's all over the place.
Offensively, defensively, the senior putting on a show in his return from injury, just lighting the Dinos up wherever he is positioned on the field. Not a good moment for the Dinos loyal, as now Delta a chance to go of 3 possessions.
1st and 10 for Delta. Ball sitting on their own 25. Dinos once again get inside the 30-yard line, and then their drive stalls, and the handoff goes up the middle to Rawlinson, and he gets to the 29-yard line, pick up of 3, 2nd down and 7.
And they're going to continue to try and just grit and grind their way down the field. That's what they've done oh so well throughout this game, Sonny, is they don't waste any time. They continually move that ball forward. You've hardly seen them tackled for a loss.
Timothy comes up to make the stop for the Carbon Dinos, but not before he picks up. They're going to give him 4, 2nd and 6. 9:15 left first half, 14-0 Rabbits trying to add. Trips come to the near side. Delta going right to left. All 5 receivers now on the left side. The quick throw out to Rawlinson. Makes the catch across the 30, has blockers across the 35. Move the chains in the first down. I really like that play.
That was a very well-designed play, Sonny, and the execution was there as well as Delta continues to move the ball downfield, approaching the midfield mark yet again. Once they've gotten into Dino territory, they have been lethal.
Yeah, they have the blockers to that side, and they get the ball to their best running back, Rawlinson. With the blockers out ahead, they pick up enough to move the chains in a first down for Delta with 8:54 left to play. Clock stopped. He's went out of bounds. Shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers. Man in motion goes away from us. Handoff goes up the middle once again to Rawlinson. Nothing doing this time. Coming up to make the tackle for the Carbon Dinos is Jared Simmons. Nice play.
getting involved early. Sonny, the junior, wraps up the legs and leads to the stop at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Rabbits. We'll see if that impacts their offensive plan as they approach down 2, 3, and potentially 4.
Second down, 10. Shotgun formation once again, 2 receivers both sides. Quick pitch goes to Rawlinson over the right side. Does he get the corner? He breaks a tackle and gets to the corner and picks up the first down across the 50. They had an opportunity to get him, but he breaks the tackle, gets to the corner in Carbon territory at the 48-yard line, move the chains, and a first down. This guy's a load to get down.
Yeah, Sonny, it takes 2 or 3 defenders. That, and on top of all the strength he brings, he's also incredibly quick and very shifty as he navigates through the hole on the line, able to quickly shift up and down field, leading to big gains for Delta.
First down and 10. The ball sitting on the Carbon 49. Quickly they come to the line. Shorts hands the ball up the middle. Once again, Rawlinson. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2. Good defense that time by the Dinos. And to make the stop for Carbon, Jared Simmons again.
And Simmons has really battened down the hatches here on this drive, trying to do his all to shut down that interior rush.
Shotgun formation for Delta. They get to the line quickly. Pitch comes to the left side, running room across the 45-40. Here comes Menhart. Gets down to the 32-yard line and enough for a first down to move the chains once again. Nice play that time by Schertz. He just held the ball as long as he could and then pitched it out. He gets to the corner, and that's what Delta's doing is they're getting to the corner now.
And once Meinhardt gets the ball in his hands, Sonny, he had running room for days.
Yep. Handoff, second man through. Once again, across the 30, fights his way down to the 26-yard line. That's a good play once again by Meinhardt.
Meinhardt having his fair share of fun. He saw Rawlinson taking all those touches and said, no, this is my turn now, and he's taking over this drive.
Second and 5, Delta continues to pound the ball on the ground.
And because of that, Sonny, the clock continues to tick as well. 7 minutes in the first half of action with Delta and holding a 14-0 advantage over the Carbon Dinos. Second and 4 for the Rabbits as the clock begins to run again, now with inside 7.
14-0 lead, trying to add to that. Could be a false start. Let's see what we got. It is.
And that's a break the Dinos needed, Sonny. Makes it a much tougher 2nd and 9. But with how Delta has been running the ball, they'll probably pick up 5 on this play unless the Dinos can change something. And that's something they need to do. It hasn't been the same hard-hitting Dinos we saw against North Sanpete. A little lax on the defensive side, especially when it comes to the run.
So that penalty brings it back to a 2nd and 9. Penalty-wise, Delta 3 for 20. The Dinos, no flags yet in the ball game with 6:43 left to play first half. Handoff goes to the second man through. Here's running room for Menhart again. Flag comes in late. Actually, is the first man through, but flag comes in late. We'll see what it is. Holding. Holding on Delta. Flag sitting on the 35, but that's a spot foul.
And I don't know if it's holding. The ref throws the roughing symbol.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it looks like. We'll see based on the downage. If it goes 10, we'll know it's a hold. And it looks closer to a hold based on the down and distance. But a unique signal coming from the white hat official on that one. Still a tall task nonetheless for the Rabbits as they continue to march the wrong direction.
I think he was trying to explain to the Delta coach that he basically took him to the ground.
That was probably the motion.
Wanting to throw. Schertz over the middle. Incomplete. He had a man there. Colsey was there at the 25-yard line. He just missed him.
Yeah, he
They're
was
down.
Wide open in space, Sonny. No one within about 5 yards in any direction, but ball soars over his head. Not much of a leap to try and bring it down either. A 3rd and 20 for the Rabbits. This could be the break the Dinos needed. 2 penalties have aided them on this set of downs, but they're taking full advantage.
Dinos can hold them here with no points. Keep it a 2-possession game. Shotgun formation, trips to the right side, ball sits on the left hash mark. Here's a quick pitch outside to Rawlinson. He'll get to the corner, across the 40, to the 30, Down the sidelines, 20, 15, breaks a tackle, 10-5, touchdown.
And
43-yard touchdown for Rollinson, and that's his third of the ball game. We have a penalty flag on the far side at the 36-yard line. Let's see what it is.
We'll see if, hopefully, if it's against Delta, that will be coming back. And a
It's a holding.
They're not happy in the Delta fan base, Sonny. I'm hearing calls of that is garbage. That's terrible. The boos rain down on the official, taking back a touchdown. Let's be honest, though, Sonny, it's not like that was taking a touchdown away from a Make-A-Wish kid. He has 2 on the day.
So the ball goes back. Penalty flag was laying on the 37, so it should go back to the 47-yard line. So it's going to be third down and about 23 yards. So it's going to be third and long.
That's
6:05 left to play in a 14-0 lead for Delta. Trying to add to that lead. Trips come to the near side, double to the right side. Shotgun formation for Delta. Man in motion. Goes away from us. That's Hunt. Quarterback keeper. No place to go. He'll be dropped at the 50-yard line, and a good defensive play by Maurer. He's everywhere on defense.
That he is. Adding another tackle for a loss to his repertoire as well, Sonny. What looked like it was going to be a touchdown at one point has turned into a 4th and 20 situation. Going to have to break out the special teams unit, or if you're feeling particularly bold and trustful in your defense, you could take the shot, but I don't know how advisable that would be. It's a 4th and 25.
See what they do. Shotgun formation. They have 5 receivers once again to the left side. Looks like they're going to go for it. Fakes that throw down the sidelines. Not going to get the play off. It's sacked back at the 45-yard line. Beautiful play by the Dino defense. Coming up to make that play, it's Hinckley.
Will Hinckley making his mark felt as he not only gets the sack, but he sets the Dinos up in Delta territory. An ill-advised 4th down play, Sonny. When I said it, I didn't think that was something anyone would take seriously. That's the kind of play calling you see on a game like Madden, but blows up in the Rabbits' face, and now Carbon set up at the 45-yard line of North St. Pete, their best starting field position of the game.
I'm kind of shocked at their play. You got 4th and long, and you're definitely going to win the field position. They choose to go for it. The Dinos get to stop, and that's exactly what the Dinos needed. First down and 10 on the 45 of the Rabbits with 5:16 left first half. Dunn wants to throw. In the pocket. Has time. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Crespin. Falls to the ground.
And Crespin trying to catch it, not only in the way of that pass, Sonny, was Meinhardt, but the official as well, playing a little bit of defense, but they're just considered part of the field in play, so it's something you got to navigate around as a player.
Second down, 10 for the Dinos. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass with 5:12 left to play. We'll have some scores from around the state here for you here in a second. Aiden's always great at keeping us updated with everything going on.
Well, Sonny, I appreciate that, and a lot of exciting football, especially over on our sister station, KOAL, 107.3 FM and 750 AM. The Emory Spartans taking on the undefeated South Sevier Rams.
2 receivers, both side, handoff up the middle, goes to Maddox Wilson, and he'll fight his way and bruise his way up to the 40, pick up a 5, 3rd and 5. Nice run. And he was not going to go down at the line of scrimmage. He drug defenders with him. Coming up to make the stop was McKay Williams, but not before a 5-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
And Sonny, throughout his high school varsity career, I don't think we've ever seen Maddox Wilson go down easy. The kid is a fighter, and it shows on plays like that, dragging 2-3 defenders down as he fights for first down yardage.
4:38 and running left to play first half. Delta leading 14-0. Dinos trying to cut this to a 1-possession game. Dunn. Rolls to the right side. Going to keep it. Across the 40, 35. Got to the corner. It's going to be close to the first down depending on where they mark it. We got a flag. Sitting right at the 35-yard line. We'll see what it is.
And Sonny, that's where we saw a bone-breaking block by J.J. Rudin. Didn't look like he grabbed hold at all, though, as the congregation of refs gather. Going to be an interesting decision to make because I didn't see any signs of holding from any of the blockers who were out in front of Dunn. goes against Delta, Sonny, and the Dinos continue to march downfield. A great break for the Dinos, but it looked like that one would have gotten at least first down yardage, as well as they continue to march down the field, looking to make this a one-possession game as halftime rapidly approaches.
Block below the knees. Little chop block with 4:15 left to play, and the clock running, and the Dinos are 1 yard away from the red zone.
And chop block, not normally something you see called on defenses, normally more offensive call, but the Rabbits found a way.
Handoff goes to Maddox Wilson, gets back to the line of scrimmage and fights his way for a yard, maybe 2. 2nd and 8.
And Sonny, as long as they are moving the ball forward, that's what matters to the Dinos. They can build off those first down gains, as we've seen time and time again. 2nd and 9 off that play, but Maddox Wilson stepping into that running back role again after playing tight end slot all season long. He has excelled in this role, Sonny. I'm excited to see if this continues as the games continue and as the season rolls on.
2nd and 2, they're in the red zone. Ball sits on the 19. 3:30 left to play first half. Dunn in the shotgun. Wilson stand to his left. Dinos go right, left to right on your dial. Here's a double reverse. It goes to Timothy. Can he get to the corner? He does. 25, fights his way to the first down. I think he got it.
And again, great hook block by Caleb Sorensen, slowing the defense just enough for Timothy to bite that edge and advance for that first down yardage. They're moving the chains forward, Sonny. The Dinos continue to march as they look to make this a one-score game. Inside 3 minutes now, 14-0 advantage for the Delta Rabbits.
Ball sits on the 11. Plenty of time for the Dinos. No reason to be in any hurry. There's 2:51 and running.
Yeah, it's not like you're in a 30-second situation. You have a lot of plays. The playbook's still wide open as that clock can continue to run.
Shotgun. Handoff goes to Wilson. He has running room. Fights his way down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Host of tacklers in on the stop, but not before a nice gain. You're going to mark him just shy of the 3-yard line. 2:27 left to play, 2nd down.
And Rudin and Cole Hinkley part the defense like the Red Sea for Wilson to pick up 6 on that play. A beautiful job up front and a beautiful read by Wilson for the run.
It is possible to get a first down.
It is.
For the Dinos. I mean, it's close, but they can get one. Spread formation, man in motion. Handoff goes to the man in motion. It's Timothy. Turns it inside. Here comes a flag.
And that's right in the realm of holding as well. Timothy, in my opinion, Sonny, cutting up just a little too soon. And the call is hold against the Dinos. That's the play. That's the call that can kill this drive for Carbon, as they're going to continue to try and march downfield. But now instead of a 3rd and 3, they face 2nd and 13.
I thought maybe it was a loss of, a couple on the play? I thought maybe they would decline that penalty and make it 3rd down, but they take it. So it's 2nd down from the 15, so 2nd and 14.
And the thing about this, Sonny, is it lengthens the field a little bit more for Carbon. They have a little more room to operate with. So that's the one advantage of that penalty being taken. You have a little more field to work with as you try and convert.
Clock under 2 minutes. 2nd down, 15 yards to go for the Dinos. Shotgun formation. Wilson stands to the left side of Dunn. Trips to that left side as well. Dunn looks that way, throws. Crespin, incomplete. Nice defensive play. Coming over to knock that ball away, it's Carter Anderson. 3rd down.
And that middle of the field is a lethal spot, Sonny. Lots of defenders can swarm around the pass and jump it. As we saw almost there, the Dinos had a red zone interception last drive out. Now trying to avoid history repeating itself.
The first penalty of the game for the Dinos, proving to be costly, that hold, because they were pounding the ball inside the 10-yard line to Wilson, but then that penalty makes them change their philosophy, so now we got a 3rd and long.
No, and that's the biggest problem, Sonny. They had to deviate away from what was working into something that they had found a little success with, but not much.
Shotgun formation for Dunn. Wants to throw in the pocket. Steps up, throws to Crespin, knocked away again. Had it at first and then hit as soon as the ball got there. And knocked away, so it'll be 4th down.
That was a bone-rattling hit, Sonny. I felt that all the way up here. You have a converted version of Austin Stevenson alongside Jet Rawlinson slamming into Crespin. It's a miracle that he got up as quickly as he did. That one he's going to be feeling in the morning.
Timothy coming on to attempt a field goal. It's going to be put down on the 22-yard line. This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt with 1:32 left to play.
2 for 2 on the season is Timothy when it comes to field goals.
Dunn will hold. The snap. The kick is up. The kick is no good. It's wide left. Had the distance, missed left, and the Rabbits will take over first down at the 20-yard line.
And that's just an unfortunate break for the Dinos. Sonny, a sure leg of Timothy, missing his first field goal attempt of the season. 2-2 up until that point, but enough pressure applied by the Delta defense causes that miss.
So the Dinos have been inside Delta's 30 3 times, and they've come up scoreless so far in the first half.
The red zone struggles continue for the Dinos.
Quick pitch goes to the outside. Rawlinson, he gets around the corner and gets out to the 34-yard line on a first down.
Now, Sonny, on the edge, Caden Colsty for the Rabbits has an interesting strategy when it comes to blocking those outside sweeps. He goes in and he starts driving, but as soon as he feels his guy behind him, he gets driven back as to avoid a hold call, still maintaining his position in front of the defender.
Trips go to the right side. Rabbits go right to left. Shirts over the middle, has a man open in between the hash marks and just overthrew him, the intended receiver, Colsty. That's twice now he has been open on that same play, and they've just missed. Just haven't executed, but it's been there.
It's dangerous, Sonny. The concept definitely there, like you mentioned, execution just not falling in their favor, as both times Colsty has been open on that seam. Just nothing falling in his favor as the Rabbits face a 2nd and 10, a minute 14 left to go.
2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation. Keeper by Shirts, and he has running room across the 40, 45, 50. Dino territory down the sidelines, 40-yard line, knocked out of bounds by Crespin, but not before a big play and move the chains for Delta.
He did an excellent job navigating that initial line of scrimmage scrum as he had a few jab steps, a bit of a hesitation move, switching balls left and right in between his hands. Not necessarily the advised carrying technique, but if it works, it works. And that time, Sonny, it really worked as they continue to march down the field. 1:05 left, and the clock stopped.
Trips go to the right side. Whistle before the snap. I think it's going to be on Delta, and it's a false start.
And procedure against the Rabbits. Definitely in the penalty department, Delta losing that battle, but when it comes to big plays, especially big running plays, Delta has made a name for themselves. They're also winning the turnover battle as well. Winning 2 out of those 3 categories, Sonny, usually a recipe for success.
Beautiful night for football here at Delta. Watching the moon go in and out of the clouds up there. It's
gorgeous, Sonny.
It's just awesome.
It's a warm night, too. I've had my heated jacket ready to go, but it has been beautiful.
Shotgun formation, wants to throw, looks left, hit as he throws, and falls to the ground incomplete. Is it a fumble or an incomplete pass? They say incomplete pass, and hit hard was Bodie Shirts.
And Andy Kuiper,
he gets up,
bringing a world of hurt to Shirts, stands over him for a second. Menacingly, Kuiper, one of those defensive presences we've alluded to all season long. When he can get open and he's facing you as a quarterback, it's best to dump the ball away because it's not going to be a good outcome otherwise.
That was a hard hit, and it's good to see him get up.
He was, but the thing, too, is that was a very legal hit as well.
Oh, yes.
A very clean play, just a hard hit. He's a player who you can tell if he spends a lot of time in the weight room this summer and during the offseason, Sonny, he's going to be a destroyer of worlds out there.
Shirts will stay in the ball game. As they send Trips to the far side, we have a whistle. See what the call is here. As the referees will have a little discussion. With 42 seconds left in the first half and a 14-0 Delta lead.
And Milovich going out to join the congregation of officials as well. And looking down on the sideline, Sonny, we're seeing a lot of animation coming from Coach Denton Peterson. Doesn't look too happy by the looks of his body language.
42 seconds left to play. 2nd down, 15 for Delta. Delta leading 14-0.
looking to make this a 21-0 advantage heading into the halftime break, Sonny. With how effectively they've moved the ball, they just need to avoid penalties.
Man in motion comes towards us. There's the snap, and the pitch goes outside to Rollinson. He won't get to the outside, but he breaks a tackle across the 40, 35, 30, 25, cuts back inside 20, fights his way down to the 16-yard line. What a run by Rollinson. He looked like he was tackled, and he just fought himself away from the defender. Another big play, another first down for Delta in the red zone.
And a rare feat for Rollinson, being able to escape the iron grip of Maurer as he spins out of it, sprints downfield, and timeout called by Delta, stopping the clock. 30 seconds left to go in quarter number 2. The thing about this 2-minute drill that's really impressed me, Sonny, is they haven't really passed the ball. They had the one attempt, but outside of that, they've just been running, but they run in a very smart way, navigating the field, getting out of bounds when they feel contact coming their way. They played very smart football in this last drive of the half.
I'm just impressed with Jet Rollinson. I think his first name fits him pretty good, man. He's a Jet once he gets that football, and he is hard to bring down.
No, it's scary, Sonny. I'm going to have nightmares of this kid tonight as I go back and rewatch the film. He has just been on fire tonight, making a statement in his comeback game.
30 seconds left to play first half, 14-0. The score, Delta with the lead in the red zone. Trying to add to that, it's not like the Dinos haven't moved the football. As we said, they've been inside Delta's 33 times, and they've come up scoreless.
Yeah,
2 times they've turned the ball over on downs and a missed field goal.
Yeah, they're just trying their hardest to navigate down the field. But once they get to the red zone, that's where the troubles really break out.
We'll get you some scores as soon as the action slows down, but these teams are not wasting any time coming out of the huddle, and lots of plays here in the first half. Handoff goes to Rollinson again. He'll get to the corner and he'll score from 18 yards out.
And my goodness, Sonny, Rollinson's third touchdown of the day coming in style as he sets the Rabbits up with a pretty 20-0 lead heading into the halftime break. 21, barring the extra point right now. Just dominant performance from Jet. Like you said, living up to his name. Impossible to bring down tonight as he has just won time and time and time again.
Extra point attempt. Jason Johnson. Junior. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good, and it's 21-0 Delta. We'll take a break here at Delta High School. It's Delta 21 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, we got 22 seconds left to play in the first half.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Timothy and O'Haron back to receive the kick for the Carbon Dinos. 21-0.
And he's running a storm all over the place. Sonny Jet Rollinson, impossible to bring down tonight for the Rabbits.
O'Haron from the 20. Across the 25, he'll be brought down there. 1st and 10 for the Dinos with 16 seconds. Let's see if they try to crack something big here or just call it a half. We'll see what they do. They're down 21-0.
I think you need to take the shot here.
I agree.
You need to air this one out downfield. You got 3 tries to try and do it. Limited clock situation. You have nothing to lose right now as Delta looks to go into halftime with a 3-possession lead over the Dinos.
First down and 10 for the Dinos. Ball near hash mark going left to right. 2 receivers both sides. Man in motions, Crespin goes away from us, goes to the far side of the field now to the slot. Dunn looks that way. Throws it out to Timothy. Nobody out there. Makes the catch. Across the 30. Gets to the 34-yard line. He's short of the first down with 7 seconds left. The Dinos will call timeout with 6.5 seconds left to play in the first half, and there's a couple of players away from maybe having a big play there.
He did, Sonny, but the Delta defense converges around him as he tries to make the play, eventually getting stopped short of the first down, but a good start for the Dinos. 6 seconds left. You got to go big or go home right now.
Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show coming up. We'll have scores from around the state. We'll have some stats. Tonight's game, we'll talk a little bit about the second half. We'll get Aiden's input on what the Dinos need to do here to get back in this game, trailing 21-0.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments need to be made at the halftime break, Sonny, and knowing this coaching staff, they'll be the ones to make them.
Second down, 2 for the Dinos. 6 seconds left to play in the first half, possibly the last play of the half. Dunn wants to throw. Down the sidelines to Wilson, overthrown and intercepted at the 30, and then steps out of bounds, and that will end the first half of play. We have played a half of football here at Delta High School, and it's Delta 21, and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show right here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The more things change,
The more they stay the same.
yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Football. It's the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show, and it's a 21-0 Delta Rabbit lead over the Carbon Dinos, and we'll take a look at some team stats here. We'll just talk about a little bit as we go down the line, Aiden. First, we'll start with first downs. Delta with 14 and the Carbon Dinos with 9. Now, there's only 5 first down differences. It's not like the Dinos aren't moving the football. Once again, they get down inside the 30-yard line and their drives stall, but they can move the football. They've shown that they can do it.
No, 30-30, Sonny. They are spectacular. When disaster strikes, though, is when they break into that red zone region. That's when they just can't seem to figure it out. I know Coach Milovich has put an emphasis on being able to break out of that as of late, but still no results being shown on the field. They just continue to struggle in the red zone, and you have the missed field goal. Right now, Delta pitching a shutout, 21-0.
You got the Delta Rabbits running for 266 yards on 27 carries.
And Sonny,
3 touchdowns for Rawlinson.
And 17 of those attempts have come by way of Rawlinson for 156 yards, and all 3 of those touchdowns. He hasn't played since week 4. What a homecoming for that young man. Living up to his name, he is a jet on the field.
Passing side for Delta, they're 1 for 5 for 10 yards. For the Carbon Dinos, rushing 87 yards on 20 attempts, which is not bad.
It's not. No, Sonny. It's a good job that we're seeing by this team. They just, again, it's red zone struggles that are creating havoc for them.
And a 3 for 11 in the passing side for the Carbon Dinos for 33 yards.
And neither team been able to really pass the ball very effectively. You look on the other side of things, 1 for 5 for Shirts, and the Rabbits done 3 for 11 for 33 yards and an interception. Maddox Wilson leading the way in both receiving and rushing yards. 42 rushing yards, 26 receiving yards, along of 13 in receiving, along of 14 in rushing. He has been a true weapon going out of his normal position and into the backfield, and it's shown in terms of how the Dinos have been able to move the ball with him.
Offensive plays, 32 plays for Delta for 276 yards, 31 plays for the Dinos for 120. So 1 play difference between the two teams on the offensive side of the ball in the first half.
And like you mentioned earlier, the only difference between these two teams in that regard has been execution when it matters most as you're approaching the end zone, and Delta has capitalized on almost all of their opportunities. Only 1 drive not going in favor of a touchdown for the Rabbits, but that was mainly due to penalties setting them back, forcing a 4th and 26. They tried to convert it, got sacked. Carbon had an opportunity, and it resulted in that missed field goal.
Yeah, I mean, time of possession, 26 minutes for Delta, 10 minutes and 15 seconds for the Carbon Dinos.
Yeah, no, it's been a close game, back and forth in terms of all of these team statistics, but execution in the end zone. That's what's been the difference maker between these two squads.
Taking a look at the Dinos. At the end of one, it was 14-0 Delta with the lead in the second quarter. Delta outscoring the Dinos 7-0. So it's a 21-0 game, just a 3-possession game right now. The Dinos are definitely not out of this game.
They're not out of it, Sonny, but there are a few adjustments I'd like to see made during this halftime break. Namely, you got to shore up your run and option defense. They've had moments where they've been able to stop the Rabbits at the line, but there have been moments, Sonny, where bad has gone to worse, and they've been able to break off big runs of up to 20 yards. These big plays are killing the Dinos. They need to break it down to the bare essentials and play more of a man concept when it comes to the option. Each player is going to have a man, and you're going to hit them no matter what. You're going to continue to drive them into the ground to the point where they don't want the ball in their hands, and that's how you can help stifle that run game. But with Rawlinson firing on all cylinders and it being senior night, I don't see him wanting to stop anytime soon.
You know, an interesting stat, third down conversion, Dinos 2 for 6, Delta 2 for 4, and then you look at fourth down conversions, the Dinos are 0 for 2. The Dinos are 0 for 2, and both of those drives, both of those fourth down 0 for 2s were when they were down in Delta territory.
They were, and Sonny, it comes down to, you've seen a lot of impressive plays being made by both of these squads, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, Delta's made the most of their opportunities, and that has been the difference maker between both sides as they continue to just ground and pound the ball. I mean, you look at those passing stats yet again, only 5 passing attempts, 1 completed, but when you break down into the run game, 27 attempts there. It's a good old-fashioned ground and pound matchup between these two squads.
Yeah, but you don't have to throw the ball, don't throw it, because there's a lot more that can go wrong when you throw the ball than when you're running the ball. And if you're having success running the ball, keep it on the ground, and that's exactly what Delta does.
And that's what the great John Madden said, Sonny. A passing play can only has one positive outcome. You have a lot more chances in terms of a rushing attempt. So that's what I'd like to see the Downs keep doing, especially when you found something good with Wilson. Use him up the middle. The offensive line doing a great job opening gaps for him as he navigates up and down the field. But when they start selling out, like we've seen several times, loading the box with up to 7 players, and you can break out one of those off-tackle reverses and off-tackle sweep, something to the outside, heck, even a pass play. That's when you can get a little more experimental once they start selling out to stop Wilson.
Let's do a recap on the scoring tonight in the first quarter. A 14-yard run by Rawlinson with 10:54 left to play in the first quarter. Johnson's extra point was good, and it was 7-0, and that was their opening drive of the game, and they took it right down the field.
They did, Sonny, and it looked like it was going to be a long night for the Dinos loyalists. Rawlinson just dominated the Dinos in his rushing attack and his return to the Rabbits offense. Again, I can't stop singing this kid's praises, Sonny. He has put on a show in half number 1.
2:13 left first quarter. Rawlinson with a 2-yard touchdown run. Johnson's extra point good to make it 14-0.
And one of his shortest runs of the night as well, coming on that 2-yard touchdown sprint. Just going right up the middle and into the promised land.
Yeah, the first 2 possessions for Delta, touchdowns. And then with 22 seconds left in the second quarter, the game remained a 2-possession game. 14-0 until right at the end of the second quarter. And Rawlinson once again with an 18-yard touchdown run. Johnson's extra point good. And that's where we sit right now, 21-0.
And it's just been a dominant first half for Delta. The Dinos need to shore up defensively, and it starts with stopping that option. You can do that, and you can make them one-dimensional, force them to pass the ball more than they're comfortable with. That's when you can start forcing turnovers, and that's when you can start doing a lot of good. We came into this game, Sonny, saying that the team that turned the ball over the least was going to be the one that wins this contest. So far tonight, it's been the Rabbits.
So we'll take a break, and when we come back here on the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show, we'll look at scores from around the state of Utah here on this Friday night, high school football night in Utah. It's Carbon Dino football on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Football. 95-3 the Peak. This is where the Dinos play. The Dinos trail Delta 21-0 here at the half. And Aiden, you have some scores from around the state of Utah tonight on a Friday night. Lots of football being played in Utah.
That I do, Sonny. And midway through the second quarter, the Morgan Trojans lead the Grantsville Cowboys 10-0. A rivalry matchup there between those two 3A powerhouses. Cedar and Cannon View in another rivalry showdown, both tied at 14 apiece. They're playing that game at Southern Utah University over in Eccles Coliseum. Always a great venue for those two teams to meet up. Logan up 23-0 over Ben Lomond. Ogden looking to snap a losing streak against the Union Cougars, 14-6 in favor of the Tigers. Manti up 21-7 over North Sanpete. We'll look to our 2A counterparts as well. Over on our sister station, KOAL, 107.3 FM and 750 AM. The Emory Spartans find themselves down at the halftime break, 21-14 to the undefeated South Sevier Rams. That's a powerhouse battle right there. South Sevier, number one in the 2A RPI right now, and not even halftime at San Juan as they face the Grand Red Devils. Sonny, you want to take a guess at the score?
Nope.
74-0.
Halftime?
Nope. Still 2 minutes left in quarter number 2. So, yeah, we knew San Juan's good, but they're looking to bounce back from a loss to the Manti Templars, and that always a tall task, and it's always rough being the get-right game against a good team like the San Juan Broncos. Again, 4-time defending state champions down there, and that's quite the culture they've built.
Yep. So you have been listening to the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show. Good job, Aiden, getting the scores from around the state of Utah. Here it's 21-0. The Dinos trailing Delta, and the Dinos will get the ball first here to start the second half. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, bringing you the action tonight from Delta High School. Dave Hokinson on the camera tonight. Want to thank Dave for the great work that he does.
Shout out, Dave.
We're in the booth, and he's outside.
Luckily it's a warmer day than we thought it was going to be. I broke out the heated jacket just in case, but Dave, braving the elements down there, and that picture looking absolutely beautiful. Big shout out to him as we prepare for half number 2. Again, the Delta Rabbits up 21-0 over the Carbon Dinos.
Timothy and O'Haron back to receive the kick for the Dinos. They both stand inside the 5-yard line. There's the kick. It will go to Timothy. He drops it on the ground, picks it up at the 15-20, gets to the 25, across the 30, brought down there. 1st and 10 for the Dinos, just shy of the 30-yard line, and that's where the Dinos will start their first offensive possession of the second half.
And it feels very crucial for Carbon right now to get something going early, to start moving that ball on first down and find the back of the end zone or at least some points on the board. They have yet to be shut out this season, Sonny, but Delta's defense right now being very stingy.
Yeah, this is important because Delta takes so much time off the clock with their possession. The Dinos have to get points here.
Now, every opportunity you have to take advantage of.
Quick pitch to the right side is Wilson, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. Nice tackle. Coming up to make the play for Delta, that is Fleming, the senior.
Trayton Fleming just wraps Wilson up at the line of scrimmage. A rare no gain for the senior running back today. Normally, I'm used to calling him the senior tight end, but today he's a jack of all trades.
That was a textbook tackle that time by Fleming.
And just a
2nd down and 10 for the Dinos.
A beautiful showing by Fleming.
Dinos come to the line of scrimmage. Ball sits near hash mark. Dinos go left to right. On your radio dial, 2 receivers both sides. Wilson stands on the left side. Man in motion's Timothy. Fake to Timothy. Dunn's going to take it to the left side. Gets caught from behind. Breaks a tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
And it looks like the halftime adjustments for the Rabbits have been geared towards stopping the Dino rush attack. So far, 2 attempts, 2 gains of nothing for Carbon, and they're breaking out a lot of trickery.
3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Dinos. Dinos break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Trips now come to the near side. Ball sits on the far hash mark. Dunn in the shotgun. Take it to the left side. Now to the right side. Hands it off to Wilson, and he gets to the 33, and that's it. A gain of 2. And a good defensive possession for the Delta Rabbits as the Dinos run 3 times, and there's just nothing there.
And a great pursuit by Drake Quackenbush off that left edge really creates the havoc for Wilson as he tries to scamper, but can't find anything. He does a good job forcing him outside, right, but he can't go forward, and that's the ultimate downfall for the Dinos.
3rd and long for the Dinos. They decide to keep it on the ground. It doesn't work. Sandoval will kick the ball away. The ball will bounce at the 40, takes a Dino bounce to the 30, rolls down to the 25. Nice kick. And Delta will take over 1st and 10 on their own 25 with 9:35 left, 3rd quarter, 21-0 lead.
And one thing Sandoval really excels at, Sonny, is getting that ball bouncing in a friendly direction. We rarely see a punt from him start rolling backwards. Normally it's always go forward, deeper into the opposing team's territory.
So the Dinos get the ball first to start the second half. They go 3 and out.
Yeah, not the ideal start I'm sure Coach Milovich was looking for in half number 2, but the defense a chance. They need to stop Rawlinson. If he gets going again, Sonny, he might rush the Dinos into another loss.
Shirts underneath the center. Quick pitch comes to the outside to Rawlinson. Does he get to the corner? He does, across the 30, 32-yard line, then rushed out of bounds. Pick up a 5. He gets half of it, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, we talk about how important it is to get positive yardage on 1st down. That's something Delta has been doing all night. They've been getting 4 or 5 yards. It just puts their offense in a perfect position to continue to move the chains down the field.
It opens up the playbook exponentially. On that play, though, Trace Crespin does a good job finding the pursuit angle for Rawlinson and forcing him out of bounds. If he didn't, Sonny, that's a wide open lane, at least to the 50.
2nd and 5. Quarterback keeper, nowhere to go, breaks 1 tackle, but he will not get away from Maddox Wilson. Gets him all the way back to the 20-yard line. That's a loss of 11. It's going to be 3rd down and 16 yards to go now for Delta. Wilson wasn't going to be denied on that one.
4th sack on the season for Wilson. 2nd sack of the game for the Dinos. They set up a 3rd and 15 for the Rabbits, a team which hasn't been able to pass the ball with much efficiency today. Rawlinson, the only receiver or the only player for the Rabbits with a reception. He took that for 10 yards, so nothing going to that needed 15. It's going to be interesting to see what play call they go with here.
So we got 3rd down. 15 yards to go. Ball sitting on the 21. You got to get to the 36. Man in motion, shotgun formation. Wants to throw, steps inside, throws downfield, incomplete. He had a receiver, but he underthrew him because of the pressure being put on by the Dino defense. 4th down.
And he faked Kiefer out of his shoes, but Andy coming back on the cutback, almost going to bring down Shirts, but wisely makes the throw, but all that pressure creates an underthrow, and the Dinos, a 4th and deep situation. Delta, no real choice but to punt.
The Dinos will get the ball. First punt of the game for Delta comes with 8:32 left to play, 3rd quarter. There's the kick. Short kick that hits the ground and takes a great bounce for Delta all the way back to the 35-yard line. So that ball landed on the 50. It bounces to the 35, and the Dinos start there.
And a very favorable Delta bounce on the punt, but the Dinos have a long way to go. But some of their best starting position of the game. They just need to get something going on that first down, and they need to find a way to break this new look Delta defense.
First down and 10 for the Dinos, so the Dinos defense does their job. Chance for the Dinos to get this back to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, they just continue to work the ball. They need to find a way to break their red zone curse, though.
Under center goes Dunn. Handoff. Straight up the middle between the hash marks. Fighting for about 3 yards is the ball carrier Maurer. And it will be 2nd down and 7. And we've seen a little bit of a different offense tonight by the Dinos.
Yeah, no, not our typical look from the Dinos, but when you're trying to overcome a lot of injuries, especially late in the season, you're going to be breaking out a lot of different looks. And so far tonight, that's been the story. I love the move of Maddox Wilson to that running back slot, but now giving Maurer a few snaps as Wilson returns to his traditional tight end slot.
Under center once again. Quick pitch comes to the right side. This is Timothy. Breaks a tackle. Gets to the outside. First down across the 45. And he's brought out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Coming up to make the tackle is Bronx Hunt, but not before. A first down for the Dinos.
And running back by committee is the approach for Carbon now entering half number 2. Whoever's got the hot hand, you are going to feed them, and you're going to feed them off, and only switching when the defense starts keying and starts getting stops.
Clock stopped with 7:34 left to play third quarter, 21-0 Delta. Dinos on the near hash mark going left to right. 2 receivers come to the near side. The far side is wide open. Handoff up the middle. Maurer follows his blockers nicely and gets all the way to the 45. Still moving down to about the 42-yard line. What a play.
A great job by the offensive line up front, not only on the initial contact, but the drive afterwards. I love the down block we see from the right side, or I guess in this case, the offside for the Dinos. Both Cole Hinckley and Rudin crashing down, allowing more players to reach the secondary level, allowing for a much bigger gain on the run.
Looked like he was going to be down like at the 50-yard line. He just kept pushing. And then we have that little thing that happens in football a lot now, the little rugby thing that will move the pack all the way down to the 43. I'll ask you about that after this play. First down and 10 for the Dinos, 6:56 left to play. There's the snap. Quick pitch goes outside to Timothy. Can he get to the corner? He can't. He's brought down back at the 47-yard line. Coming up to make the stop is Jason Johnson.
Yeah,
so it will be 2nd down and long. And let me ask you a question. Do you like this rugby style that they're kind of allowing to happen in football?
I do, Sonny, and let me tell you why. They're always telling you to play till the whistle. You're not playing towards the whistle if you give up on the pile as your player's still moving forward. I love the push. I love the heart. I love the effort that comes from plays like that.
Not a fan. Not a fan of the rugby football.
Look at us disagreeing. What's new?
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers far side. Roll out to his left. The pitch goes to Wilson. Gets back the yardage that was lost on the previous play and a couple more. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Dinos.
And both teams doing a good job on these speed options of holding the ball until the very last moment, delivering the pitch for a much greater gain. Had he passed that any earlier, the play would have been blown up for another loss, but Dunn wisely keeps the ball until the last moment, pitches to Wilson, picks up the yards lost, and then some 3rd and 9 situation the Dinos now face.
5:40 and running left to play third quarter. 21-0. Delta with the lead. Dinos with the ball. Ball far hash mark. Dinos go left to right. 2 receivers both sides. Now 3 come to the near side. Shotgun formation for Dunn. Dunn wants to throw. Steps back in the pocket. Throws down the right side to Wilson. He comes up with a great catch. Down at the 25-yard line. Move the chains and a first down for the Dinos. And we have a flag at the 15. It's going to be roughing the passer. It's going to add on to that play. So a huge play for the Carbon Dinos.
I feel like every time we see Maddox Wilson downfield trying to catch a pass, he's surrounded by 3 or 4 opposing players, and yet he still pulls off the magic. Not only is he big, not only is he strong, Sonny, he has got an incredible vertical leap, high-pointing these balls and able to bring them down, but he's walking gingerly off the field. They have to throw a substitution. Kiefer helping him off into a coach's waiting arms. Still walking on his own power, but definitely a limp to his jog.
15-yard penalty, but it won't be quite 15 because it's going to be half the distance. So they will mark this ball down on the 18-yard line, first down and 10 for the Cardinals. They're going to mark it on the 19. They moved it back. So first and 10 for the Dinos on the 19-yard line.
And, that's a good position for them to be, and that allows them to get another first down as they try and navigate the area of the field, which has caused them so much grief this season, the red zone.
Shotgun formation, clock starts. Tight formation for the Dinos. Pitch goes out to O'Haron, and he's hitting the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play. Coming up to make the stop for Delta is McCray Wade.
And Wade,
nice play.
Wade shoots a textbook double leg on O'Haron, wraps him up in the backfield before bringing him back down to earth. A great job on that play by the Rabbits, getting another stop for a loss on first down. Traditionally, the Dinos haven't fared the best when they find themselves in a situation where they lose yards on those first down plays.
Second down, 12 for the Dinos, 4:38 left to play, third, trailing 21-0. Handoff goes to O'Haron again. Nowhere to go. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Ball come loose. Delta says they have it. Referee says no, he's down. It will be third down.
That's why I'm good for referees. If the players got to call their own game, Sonny, we'd see absolute chaos on the field. But a lucky break for the Dinos, avoiding another turnover. They had the interception in half number 1, already losing the turnover battle, almost losing it again on that play.
Third down, 12 for the Dinos, 4:09 and running left to play, third quarter. Dinos are forced to use the timeout. They couldn't get the play in time. Definitely on a 3rd and 12, you don't want it to be 3rd and 17, but trailing 21-0, those timeouts are pretty important as well.
No, especially as we enter into half number 2, we always talk about the difference between how you're using timeouts in the first half against the second half. Right now, this isn't a timeout you necessarily want to use while the game's still well within reach for Carbon, only down 21-0, both teams scoreless, but a very run-heavy approach this evening has led to a running clock nearly the whole time. 3:57 left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. In the first half, you use your timeouts. You got a 4th and 2, and you want a good play call. You can call a timeout. You use your timeouts to make sure you don't get a delay a game. But in the second half, in a close game for sure, you want to save those timeouts if you possibly can.
No, you don't want to have to rely on making smart plays because sometimes you just can't get out of bounds. Sometimes you have to get the guy in the middle of the field and you have to call a quick timeout. That's a detriment for the Dinos having to use one in the third.
Trips go to the far side. Dinos go left to right. Shotgun for Dunn. O'Haron stands to his right. Dunn in the pocket. Throws over the middle. Is it intercepted? It falls to the ground, incomplete. He had it. Did Rawlinson, and he dropped it, so it'll be 4th down and 12. The Dinos dodged a bullet.
That they did, and a rare drop by Rawlinson. He's already come up with an interception this evening. Looking for number 2 on that one. Unable to get it. But still a 4th and deep situation, 4th and 12 to be exact. Dinos look to keep the offense on the field, and it's hard. You missed the first field goal early. I think you need to get some points on the board, but I also understand needing to get the touchdown here. It's a sense of urgency Carbon's feeling.
Yeah, you need definitely a touchdown here for the Dinos. They go for it on 4th down, wants to throw. Dunn throws over the middle, incomplete, overthrown his intended receiver. That was Finch, and turnover on downs, and Delta will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
And good job infiltrating the backfield by the Rabbits, making a lot of noise on that play. Corver Pace and Kobe Driggs both coming along that edge, creating some havoc for Dunn, feeling a lot of pressure as he has to deliver the ball, probably quicker than he wanted to.
So once again, the Dinos stall at the 21-yard line of Delta, so they get inside Delta's 30 again, but they just can't finish drives.
And, that's the biggest flaw. And their offense looks good until that point, and that's the thing. But it doesn't matter if you're not putting points on the board.
Quick throw out in the flat to Cleaver. He makes the catch across the 25, close to the 30, close to the first down. Going to be just shy. It'll be 2nd down.
And
call it 1.
And a good job by Crespin, breaking down, not falling for any fakes, bringing him down before he can get to that first down marker.
That quick screen pass out to the receiver has worked all night for Delta. That's a good play.
And it's been something we haven't seen teams find much success in this season.
Second down, short, handoff, Rawlinson, running room across the 30, 35, 40, 50. He's into the secondary, 40, 30. It's a foot race, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 71-yard touchdown run by Rawlinson. And he continues to have an incredible game.
Oh my goodness. He's so good. He is incredible. Not only does he know how to navigate in a short field situation to at least get the first, but once he gets into your secondary, he's faster than most of your players. He sprints to the promised land. No problem. He's just dominant in every aspect of the game. Sonny, he is a speed demon.
Johnson on to attempt the extra point. Try to make it 28-0. The snap in the hole. The kick is up. The kick is good. 2:57 left to play in the third, and the Delta Rabbits take a 28-0 lead when we come back. Dinos get the ball. Here on 95.3 The Peak, this is where the Dinos play.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football. There's the kick. Controlled by Timothy across the 15 to the 20, 22-yard line. Late hit out of bounds. The flag comes flying in. That's going to be tacked on for the Dinos, so they'll get decent field position after this. And a 1st and 10 with 2:49 left to play and a 28-0 Delta lead. And if you take a look at Rawlinson, he's just piling up the yards. He has all 4 touchdowns for the Delta Rabbits. A 14-yard run, a 2-yard run, an 18-yard run, a 71-yard run.
And over the break, I took the time to look up his track statistics because naturally he's going to be a sprinter.
Right.
His personal best in the 100-meter dash, 11.6 seconds. That's blazing speed from the senior.
Yeah. So the penalty. First down and 10 for Carbon. Ball sitting on the 38-yard line. Handoff goes to Dunn. Ball on the ground. Was he down or was it a fumble? See what they say.
They're signaling.
The referee says he was down.
But a bit of trickery from the Dinos there. They have Rigby in that quarterback slot, but he hands the ball off to Dunn, a 2-quarterback approach. It's like a wildcat, but no matter who is back there, it's a wildcat. It's an interesting concept, something I did not expect to see that formation.
Second down and 10 for the Dinos.
Yeah, it looks like they're going again with the Rigby-Dunn backfield.
Rigby, the quarterback now for Carbon. Man in motion is Timothy, comes towards us. Long snap count. Rigby wants to throw. Quick throw outside to Timothy, makes the catch, and he'll go nowhere. Lost back to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 yards to go. Good defense that time by Delta. That play fooled nobody.
Yeah, Delta had that one sniffed out from the very start, aggressively bringing down the receiver for another loss. Another drive, Sonny, where the Dinos just have failed to move the ball forward at all.
Minute 40 and running left to play third.
Rigby running in with the play for the Dinos.
Dinos break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage.
And the ref starts his count. Play clock winding down. Rigby needs to get the ball out.
Rigby wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, throws out in the flat, incomplete. Ball intended to Finch. Falls to the ground, incomplete, knocked away. 4th down for the Dinos.
And Caden Colsey had Finch wrapped up like a blanket. That ball was not going to be a complete pass. Now, if Colsey had anything to say about it.
Ricky Sandoval will punt the ball away. Back to receive the kick. Standing on the 15-yard line is Menhart. 28-0 Delta. Not having to put the ball in the air hardly at all tonight. They have had success with that little receiver screen. Nice kick. Hits at the 40, bounces to the 35, rolls down to the 32. Dinos will down it right there, and it's 1st and 10 for Delta.
And that time, Mauer lifting the ball off the ground after some unfortunate circumstances in their last contest, but wisely downing the ball quickly.
1:01 left to play. Delta with the football. Sitting on their own 33-yard line, trying to add to this 28-0 lead. Handoff up the middle. Menhart picking up about. Meinhardt picks up 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
And he was that big sophomore player who filled in while Rawlinson was out, but Delta looking to knock on their first win of the season, snapping a 6-game losing tsunami as they look to end quarter number 3 up 28-0 over the Dinos, 1 score away from a running clock situation.
Going to need to run one play here as the 3rd quarter comes down to an end with 24 seconds. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. No gain on the play. Maybe a yard. Be 3rd down and 5, and that will end the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 here at Delta High School. And the score, Delta 28, the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we return here on 95.3 The Peak, this is where the Dinos play.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino football. We've played 3, and it's 28-0 in favor of the Delta Rabbits.
And Sonny, they've just dominated their way through this contest, especially when it comes to their run game. Relentless rushing coming by Jet Rawlinson as he has run for 4 touchdowns tonight, Sonny. He's looked like he has been impossible to bring down.
No Utah Youth football game on Saturday on KOAL. They get the week off. Handoff goes up to middle. Meinhardt, and he'll have a 1st down as he fights his way forward. As the Utah Utes get a day off, their next game will be Saturday, October 11th. They play Arizona State.
And, you know, it's always nice to get a bye week, especially before a tough game like Arizona State. But Delta's 3rd down conversion rate has been stellar tonight, Sonny. That's an area they have really found a lot of success in, grinding these drives down, getting to those 3rd and short situations, and converting near flawlessly each time.
Coming to the line quickly under center. Handoff goes up the middle. A pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd down. As McCray Wade, the quarterback for Delta, he wears number 86.
And we're starting to see some of those backup players come in for the Rabbits, feeling like they've built a very comfortable lead as the clock continues to run, not by mercy rule, but just by virtue of rushing the ball.
Talking about Utah, because Utah is an affiliate on KOAL. So are the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. You can listen to them, too, on our sister station. Lots of sports. A handoff up the middle. 2nd man through running room. Across the 50 to the 47-yard line goes the ball carrier, Colsey. He'll be short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and short.
And we've seen a lot of Kolste on defense now getting a chance to shine offensively as he plows his way down to a 3rd and 1, making a 2nd and 9, a 1-yard affair as they look to 4-down territory. Delta can just continue to march the ball down the field.
3rd down 1. Man in motion. Handoff. First man through. Running room across the 45, close to the 42-yard line. It's Caden Kolste. And he'll have the first down for Delta and move the chains.
And they just continue to march downfield, Sonny. Some defensive shifts coming for the Dinos, trying to draw some confusion from a Delta offense, which has seen very few mistakes tonight.
Under center once again, handoff up the middle, across the 40, 38-yard line. Ball carrier that time, once again, Caden Kolste.
And Sonny,
Caden's a senior.
And this marks Delta's highest scoring affair this season, outpacing last week's score of 20, putting up 27 points. Up to this point of the year, they've only been averaging 12.2 points per game, so an offensive breakout the last 2 weeks for the Rabbits.
2nd down 6. Delta comes to the line of scrimmage, 9:18 and running left to play in the ball game. Handoff, quarterback keeper this time. Breaking tackles, it's Wade. Finds running room across the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Move the chains and a first down. Nice play by Wade.
That was a really good play by Wade. Bounces off a linebacker, goes left, and starts moving immediately upfield as they continue to go forward and forward. But a player down on the field. That's an injured Dino on the floor.
So we'll take a break with the timeout here, and the score 28-0 Delta, and they are close to the red zone here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino football 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You can also watch us how, Aiden?
You can watch us over on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Carbon as well, or on YouTube as well as on the KSL Sports app. So many ways to watch the Dinos.
To the line of scrimmage comes Delta. Handoff. Flag comes in. Run to the 20-yard line, but we'll see what the flag is. No gain on the play, 2nd down.
It's in the realm. It's on the line of scrimmage, so I'd assume more than likely we're going to be seeing a hold call.
Usually.
Very clean game tonight so far, though. First penalty in a while. They're going to call an illegal block.
Illegal block. That'll be 10 yards. So that is the 10th penalty on Delta tonight for 100 yards. The Dinos only 1 penalty for 10 yards.
But that 1 penalty was a killer, Sonny.
It was.
Brought them back from the goal line and forced them to air it out, an area which tonight they have struggled with, and that led to an easy break for the Delta Rabbits.
1st and 22. Ball sits on the 32-yard line. Man in motion comes towards us. Fake the handoff to the first man through. Quarterback keeps, and he has nowhere to go. 1, 2, 3, 4 Dinos on the stop. It's going to be 3rd down.
And Kiefer,
Wade, the ball carrier, the quarterback, but he made the wrong read on that play.
That he did. Kiefer does a good job slowing them down as well. For the rest of the Dinos to catch up to Sonny, an excellent job by the Dinos defense. Once they can force Delta backwards, that's where we're seeing a lot of success from the Dinos defensively. But if they keep moving forward, keep chipping away at that yardage, that's when we've seen Carbon struggle.
Wade in the shotgun. Keeps it himself. Now pitches outside to Meinhardt. Gets around the corner across the 25. Here comes a flag in. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 25. We'll see what the flag is. And while we're looking to see what the flag is, we'll look for some scores around the state, Aiden.
Well, looking at first in the 3A classification, Juab and Richfield knotted at 21 apiece. Logan up 23-0 over Ben Lomond. Cedar City and Canyon View. Cedar has clawed their way up to a 28-14 advantage with 2:43 left to go in the third quarter. Lightning delay in Morgan and Grants Hill. Morgan still up 10-0 over the Cowboys, who are playing host Ogden and Union. Not much change there. 21-12 with Ogden leading with 7:43 left in the third quarter. And rounding out our slate of 3A scores, Manti and North Sam Pete. Manti up 21-7 with 2:32 left in the third quarter over the Hawks.
Second down, 30. Shotgun formation. Throw out into the flat. The ball is caught out there by the receiver, Stephenson, and that was a great catch.
It was a very good catch, but unfortunately for him, doesn't gain much. In fact, stays still at the line of scrimmage. So a great catch wasted on no gain.
Third down and long. Tackled immediately by the Carbon Dinos. Third down, 30.
I don't know. We've seen the Rabbits go for fourth and extreme distances before, or in the first half we watched them go for the fourth and 29 that resulted in a Will Hinckley sack for a loss of 8 yards and Dino possession.
Shotgun formation for the Dinos. For the Rabbits. Pitch to the outside, down the sidelines, 25, down to the 20. Not enough for a first down. It'll be fourth down and about 10. So they're back to the original line of scrimmage, Aiden. So fourth down and 10 with 7:10 left to play in a 28-0 Rabbit lead here.
And a little surprised not to see a holding flag on that play. Several positions where it could have been called, but the officials opt not to throw, in this case, the pink piece of fabric on the ground. Delta now sets up with a much more manageable 4th and 10, a 20-yard gain on that play for the Rabbits.
4th and 10. They'll come to the line of scrimmage, go for it on 4th and 10. Wade, under center, handoff. Meinhardt tries to get to the first down. He's not going to get there. He's short by 2, and the Dinos will take over.
You typically don't see teams line up under center when they're going for it on a 4th and 10, but the Delta Rapids defy expectations. Meinhardt nearly converts on the play, gets it inches away from the marker, but officials signal no such luck as the Dinos retake possession. Clock sits at 6:50, and as soon as they get that ball snapped, it will be running, trying to find their way out of a 28-0 hole.
First down and 10 for the Carbon Dinos. Ball sitting on about the 14-yard line, it looks like, looking across the way. First down. Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Rigby hands the ball off, up the middle. A little bit of running room across the 15-yard line for the Dinos. Pickup of a couple. Second down, O'Hara, the ball carrier.
And players on Carbon's sideline trying to work out some cramps right now. Lots of teamwork happening, but a gain of 3 on the play helps the Dinos get that needed first down yardage that we've seen them really capitalize on throughout the year. Timeout called due to the injured player on the field, looking to work out some cramps. Sonny, I think we take that with him. We'll be right back with more Carbon Dino football right here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play and where you need to be.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino football. Dinos with it. Second down, 7. Ball sitting on the 16-yard line. Rigby wants to throw. He'll go down back at the 9-yard line. 1, 2, 3 players in on the sack for Delta. And it will be 3rd and long for the Carbon Dinos.
And a collapse of the offensive line causes disaster for Rigby as he is brought down for the big loss, losing any positive yardage and then some from the previous play. Sets up a 3rd and 13 to go. Sonny, San Juan has laid off a little bit over in San Juan against the Grand Red Devils, only up 81-0, scoring once in the 3rd quarter. So, could be worse.
Yep. One college game going on in Utah tonight. BYU, West Virginia. BYU up 7-0.
That'll make my dad happy.
Shotgun formation for the Dinos. 2 receivers, both sides. Dunn's going to keep it around the left side. Finds a little bit of running room. Here comes a flag at the 15-yard line. Dunn gets across the 20 to the 25-yard line, but I believe that's going to come back.
And we saw a little non-motion related movement before the play. No flag thrown on that unless that is it, but they're going to call the hold against the Dinos. So in that situation, you would have rather taken the procedure penalty, a 5 instead of a 10 from the spot. Dinos continue to move the wrong direction.
5:33 left to play, 28-0. Dinos trail next week, Manti. The following week, Cedar City.
2 tough teams, Sonny. Those are 2 really tough teams. Cedar at Cedar, Manti at home for senior night for the Dinos. Lots of great players to honor on senior night. But again, Sonny, this is a very young Dino team. A lot of young players stepping up into major varsity roles.
We will be there both games.
That we will.
Rigby wants to throw. He'll go down back at the 2-yard line. Coming through to get the sack. Once again, the Delta Rabbits putting the pressure on Rigby.
And too much hesitation from the sophomore on that play, Sonny. Entering last week's game against North St. Pete, he looked very confident. Right now, Sonny looks a little rattled. The game speed of the varsity level catching up to him just a little bit. You're always going to hear JV and freshman players when they first start off their high school career. They're going to be saying, well, we should be playing on Friday nights. We're better than the varsity. And then you play your first varsity snaps, and you understand it's a completely different game.
Jarrett Zufelt on the sack. The Dinos will punt the ball away from their own end zone. Sandoval with the kick, fielded at the 35-yard line by Meinhardt. He'll go to the left side, gets to the 30, across the 30, down to the 28-yard line, and good field position for Delta to start with 4:26 left to play in the ball game, up 28-0.
And Sonny, I expect to see a lot of runs coming from Delta again, as has been the game plan all night long. Jet Rollinson not seeing much field time ever since they built this 28-0 lead on the back of his 4-touchdown performance. Absolutely dominant from the senior, putting on a show in his return to the field as well as his last home game here at Delta High.
First down, 10. Ball sits on the 29. Delta looking for their first win of the season here tonight. They look pretty good. Handoff goes, first man through. Nielsen will pick up maybe a yard, maybe 2. Give him 2, 2nd and 8.
And 4 or 5 flying Dinos coming in to stop the play on that one. They were able to really lock down that interior run, forcing them to only a 2-yard gain.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Breaking the huddle and coming to the line once again, Delta. Clock says 3:59 left to play. Wade under center. Handoff goes up the middle. Pick up about 4 on the play. Lots of substitutions coming into the ball game. That was Meinhardt again. It's going to be 3rd down. We'll call it 3.
You've let the seniors play their fair share on their dedicated night, Sonny, but it gets to a point where those younger kids are going to start rotating in as well. But those seniors don't need to leave disappointed because they have dominated the Dinos thus far into the contest. 28-0 still, 3:25 and counting.
Senior night here tonight at Delta. 3rd down, 3. Handoff up the middle. Meinhardt again gets across to 20. He's close to the first down. It depends on where they mark it. Looks like he might be just a bit short. We'll see. And he is.
And if Meinhardt would have made a move to the right, he would have had that with ease and then some. But instead, he decides he wants to run through the face of Andy Kiefer. Kiefer shuts him down, stopping him from that first down yardage. But 4th and inches coming for the Rapids. And, of course, they're going to be going for it.
4th and a half a yard to go. Wade under center. Handoff up the middle. Running room. 15, 10, 5. Close to the goal line. Stopped at the 1 yard line. It's Ian Henderson. Henderson, the junior.
That's a name we haven't called all night, Sonny.
He did a good job finding the hole there and hit it quickly, didn't he?
He did, Sonny. He's navigating up and down the field as the clock continues to run 2.5 and counting. That 4th and 1 quickly turns into a 1st and goal for the Rabbits. Just dominant into the rushing attack. You don't need to air the ball out when you're running the ball with such efficiency.
He got into the secondary quickly on that play. 1st down. Goal to goal. This time, nothing doing. Good defense. Wade caught back at the 5 yard line. Nice defensive play that time by Hinckley.
And they've been really coming out in force tonight, Sonny. The Hinkleys both have had a spectacular evening here at Delta. Unfortunately, has not translated to the scoreboard.
Minute 47 and running. 28-0 Delta. Trying to add to that. Wade under center. Fake gives it to the second man. 2 balls on the ground. Recovered by the Dinos. Ball just sat on the ground. The Dinos fall on it. Easy call by the officials, and the Dinos will take over. In there on that play for the Dinos to make the recovery was Coleman Hinckley.
And Cole Hinckley having himself an evening. We were talking about it just a second ago, Sonny. The Hinkleys have been having themselves a spectacular game on the defensive side of things. That's a good sign for the Dinos. Looking at defensive play so far, his brother Will Hinckley had a sack earlier in the first half for a loss of 8 yards and a turnover on downs for the Rabbits. So a great showing by the pair of seniors.
Yeah, you kind of called that play before the play.
What can I say? I'm a little psychic like that.
Timeout on the field with 1:35 left to play and a 28-0 Delta lead. Carbon with the ball when we come back on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino football. Timothy goes around the left side and gets up to the 10-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down. Pick up a 5 on the play for the Carbon Dinos. Down to 1:29 left to play.
And Sonny, just in the nick of time, rain starting to pour down from the heavens. Dave, during that break, hurrying to put a plastic bag over our camera, trying not to damage it. But, you know, Mother Nature sometimes has different plans.
Shotgun formation for the Dinos. 1:29 left to play. Rigby wants to throw. Has his man over the middle between the hash marks. Nice throw and catch for the Carbon Dinos. Move the change. It's Crespin with the catch. Move the chains on the 1st down for the Carbon Dinos.
First completion of the game, I believe, for Rigby as they're trying to march down the field as the clock continues to run.
Rigby in the shotgun, wants to throw again. Looks out in the flat this time to Timothy, and he missed him. 2nd down. He was there. It would have been a short game, but too far out, as you were getting ready to say, and it falls to the ground. 2nd down.
Yeah, too far left on that one. Timothy does a Herculean effort trying to reach back and grab the ball out of the air. Just can't do it. But if you look on the bright side of things, Sonny, that does stop the clock for the Dinos.
1:07 left to play. Dinos come up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation. Rigby wants to throw. Between the hash marks again, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Stephenson. He'll take it down the left side. Brought down at the 25-yard line. And a turnover for the Dinos, we'll call it. First and 10 for the Rabbits with 57 seconds left to play.
Second interception of the contest for the Rabbits as they have come away with a dominant win. Sonny, 57 seconds left, but it's fair to say they're going to assume the victory formation, kneel this one out, and come away with not only their first win of the season, but a win on senior night.
First down, 25-yard line, 57 seconds left to play. Take a knee. One more time, they'll have to do that.
As the clock continues.
And that's going to be the ball game, Aiden.
And the clock continues to tick down. Sonny, just a complete game effort from the Rabbits from start to finish. They do an excellent job just controlling the pace of this game, forcing turnovers from the Dinos, and just dominant in the run game. Jet Rollinson scoring all 4 touchdowns for the Rabbits on senior night, and his return to the field for the Rabbits. Just a great showing all around.
That's going to do it. Final score tonight, Delta 28 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Welcome to Emory and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emory and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Football, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Tonight, the Dinos fall short, 28-0 to Delta. Delta here on senior night picks up their first win of the season. They now go to 1-6, and the Dinos, with the loss tonight, they will drop to 2-6, and they have Manti and Cedar left on their schedule.
And that's a tough draw, Sonny. That is a very tough slate to end the season. But you got to give a lot of credit to the Rabbits. They came in to their home turf and took care of business on senior night. You got to give a lot of credit to the young man, Jet Rawlinson. 19 rush attempts, Sonny, of Delta's total 51. 232 rushing yards with a long of 71, along with all 4 Delta touchdowns coming by him. What a welcome back game for the senior.
Well, they have 428 yards rushing tonight, did the Delta Rabbits. So they had a lot of success on 51 carries, 428 yards. So they found something early in the game, and they just stuck with it.
And the thing was, Sonny, you rarely saw them tackled for a loss throughout the course of this game. And that was the biggest difference maker. It seems like Delta was always moving forward. And when you're a run-heavy team, if you can continue to just pound the ball forward, ground, pound, dip, dive, that's going to be a major advantage for you. And they took advantage of that all night long.
Dinos had 114 rushing yards on 35 attempts. The net passing yards, the Dinos with 56, only 18 yards passing for Delta, but like we just said just a second ago, when you're running the ball, you don't need to throw it. The Delta Rapids did not throw it. They attempted 8 passes, completed 3.
And just a great showing overall for the rushing attack. Everyone getting a little involved in it. Leading the way for Carbon in terms of rushing, Maddox Wilson lining up in running back for a bulk of this game, a deviation from his traditional position at tight end. Had 50 yards on the game with a long of 14. Running back by committee is what we saw in the second half. Caden Dunn, 26 yards on 6 attempts. Tager Timothy, 7 attempts for 27 yards. Daxton Maurer, 2 attempts for 13 yards. Colton Finch, 1 for 10. Riker O'Haron, 3 attempts for 4 yards. So a very stout Delta defensive front also held the Dinos in check in terms of rushing. And when they tried to pass Sonny, the secondary had them on lock, forcing 2 interceptions on the day.
Yeah, 114 yards rushing, 53 passing for a total of 170 yards for the Dinos.
Yeah, just a tough Delta defense has been dominant tonight. And, you know, they're a team that early in the season, they were struggling to get healthy as well. That's the biggest thing, is you need teams to get healthy. And when you start doing, you can have games like this. Jet Rawlinson, welcome back game again, 232 rushing yards with 4 touchdowns alongside it.
Well, they're getting healthy at the right time, Aiden.
That they are right as you get into the realm of postseason play. This should help Delta's RPI ratings as well. You look at defensive statistics too, Sonny. The few Dinos having a great night. Will Hinckley coming away with 1.5 sacks on the day. Maddox Wilson comes with half a sack. Total loss of yardage for Will Hinckley, forcing 13 yards back from the Rabbits. He was a dominant defensive force. We haven't said his name much on the defensive side this year, but he came through in a major way for the Dinos.
Yep. The Dinos, they don't commit a lot of penalties. They did it again. They didn't again tonight. Delta, on the other hand, 11 penalties tonight for 110 yards. That's something I'm sure that they'll take a look at, but the way they run the ball. And the thing is, with those penalties, they were behind the chains and they didn't panic. They stuck to their running game. That little screen pass out to the receiver worked all night as well.
That it did, Sonny. And rarely are you going to see a team go for it on a 4th and 30 situation. But the Delta Rabbits did it, and they did it in style, lining up under center, nearly converting on the deep down and distance with their vicious rushing attack. Props to them, Sonny, and I gotta give thanks to them too. They have been wonderful to us tonight here in the booth. Very hospitable here in Delta.
You know, every place we've gone has been great.
It really has, Sonny. I've loved the hospitality, and that just kind of shows how integral small-town sports are to our culture. I mean, they bring us together more than they divide us. Even if we're rival teams, the community you feel around high school football, just absolutely incredible.
And you're absolutely right. Tonight, no exception. They were great here at Delta tonight. Senior night for Delta, and they come away with the 28-0 win over the Carbon Dinos. We'll take a break here in the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores from around the state. We should have some final scores, and then we'll call it an evening here at Delta High School. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in Eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in Eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At AirTemp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call AirTemp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play 28-0 the final score tonight. Delta with the win over the Carbon Dinos. And Aiden, you're listening to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show, and you got some scores for us from around the state before we call it an evening.
That I do, Sonny, but first, have you heard of EUCCU's Spirit Card? Sonny, it's one of the coolest things I have ever seen. What you do is you can turn your normal, ordinary, boring debit card into a Spirit Card. It can be a Grand High School card, it can be an Emory card, and it can be a Carbon card. Now, Sonny, let me tell you, as a proud Spartan, I carry the Dinos with me wherever I go. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state now. Manti against North St. Pete playing that game at North St. Pete, a rivalry affair between those two squads. 28-7 is going to be your, or excuse me, 21-7 is going to be your score as the two teams continue to battle. Logan up 23-0 over Ben Lomond. Lightning delay up north there. We're going to be seeing that in a lot of games. Moving over to another one impacted by that, Morgan and Grantsville, 10-0 Morgan. Halftime lightning delay there as well. Cedar City and Canyon View, lots of rivalry games being played across the state. Final score from Southern Utah University, 35-14 in favor of the Reds. They move to 8-0 on the season. And kind of to round us out in terms of scores, we got the Ogden Tigers and the Union Cougars. 5:21 left in the fourth quarter. Ogden up 28-18 over Union.
So with that, tonight, once again, the final score here, 28-0, the final score. Carbon Dinos fall short to Delta here at the Delta High School.
I forgot one important score, Sonny.
What's that?
Over on our sister station, KOAL, 107.3 FM and 750 AM, the Rams of South Sevier about to move to 8-0 against the Emory Spartans, up 41-21 now with 5 minutes left in quarter number 4. A dominant display by South Sevier, who has come in and shocked a lot of people this year.
Up to date on all the scores from around the state. Great job, Aiden, doing that. And great job to Dave Hokinson running the camera tonight. Always does an awesome job. I get to work with a great group of people every night, and tonight no exception.
Wow.
Final score once again 28-0. Delta with the win over the Carbon Dinos. Now we will be at home against Manti next week.
Yeah, we will. Pre-game show starts at 6:30 p.m. with the Landon's Diesel Service pre-game show. Kickoff to fall at 7. Senior night for the Dinos. Come out and support your squad as we send these seniors off to bigger and better things in the world.
Once again, 28-0 Delta with the win. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, Dave Hokinson.